you ready?
This is the D-Generation cliX podcast with your hosts,
Who is Ravage?
Ryan Reckman,
The name's Ravage. Gonna be. When you take the dynamite tactics of
Miles Kane,
Hand me that bottle cap. Hand me that paperclip. Grab that twine. Gun wrapper.
Asgard to mouth.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
and Pete.
'Cause I'm just Pete.
Welcome back to the D-Generation cliX podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, and with me as always are Miles and Pete. Miles, what's been up with you?
Trying to keep everything up with the family. So, we're not home right now, and we're probably not going to be home for the entirety of the summer. So, traveling, trying to do family things. So, we'll see how it goes.
All
So
right.
far, so good.
That's good. That's a little more positive than the last couple weeks. That's great to hear.
Yeah.
Pete, how's Pete?
I'm good. I just ate a frozen Snickers bar, and that was pretty delicious. And I got to play HeroClix last night, and went 1 and 2 at the, I'm going to call it the inaugural Bookwood event, which was one of the more fun events I've ever been to. And then everybody left, so I ended up in prizing because I just sat there, and nobody listened to the guy running the event. So it was great. It's a great night for me.
Sometimes
So,
just
one
listening
question.
should be awarded.
How did you eat the Snickers? Because I know the listeners are wondering.
Corn on the cob style.
Upside down?
Like a snake, I just dislocate my jaw and just hold
Oh,
it
no,
down to one
because
bite.
like the wavy top. Like, do you put that to where that touches your tongue, or,
The veiny side.
Yes. Yeah.
I ate it texture side towards my tongue, not the
Okay.
top.
Perfect.
For
That's the
those
only way
that
to eat
needed
it.
to know that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know people
But-
were dying. They go, please, I gotta know how he eats his Snickers.
But still like a snake.
Yeah.
One gulp.
Yeah.
Now, was it a frozen Snickers bar or a Snickers ice cream bar?
That is an important distinction. I'm sorry, it was the Snickers ice cream bar, so I'm actually getting some brain freeze right now.
Ooh, those are delicious.
Yeah, you can never eat one. If I buy them, I eat a whole box. 12-pack,
No, it's my
24-pack. They're all
it's
gone.
it's literally my second one in probably 20 minutes. You cannot eat one of those things.
It's
No.
very
It's
hard to
impossible.
stop. That's why we don't have them. They're very hard to
Yeah.
stop. It's actually probably one
Yep.
of my most purchased things when we're on road trips, going from one place to the next, like a big like on the way to Worlds or something. Actually, do you remember that, Pete? On the way down there, I bought 2 of them, and they were both for me. I did not share.
And I will tell you that a frozen Snickers bar is delicious too, but an ice cream Snickers bar is really, that is the top.
Oh, that's way better.
Yeah, the cat's meow, as they say.
Well, we celebrated Christine's birthday on Saturday, went to the Milwaukee Zoo, and then we went to Cops for burgers and custard. Pete, I'm sure you've gone there before, right?
Oh, amazing. Nice.
I think, wasn't it last year that Hugh Jackman was serving burgers and custard there?
I want to say that's right. Maybe it was last year.
think it was
I don't know.
last
Time
year.
has no meaning for me the older I get. So
That's correct.
I'm like, so yeah, like today, for example, this is the 24th anniversary of the TV show The Wire coming out. And I'm like, it cannot have been 24 years.
Is it still on?
No,
Oh,
it was
okay.
like what, 5 or 6 seasons? Yeah.
I don't know. Grey's Anatomy is on for like 25 years.
It's still going. It's still
Exactly.
going. Yeah. But speaking of Hugh Jackman, he's actually currently in the best movie going on in theaters right now, Sheep Detectives.
I have not watched Sheep Detectives. I'm sorry. Is that better than the Zebros?
Yes. No, Sheep Detectives it's a great family movie. It's amazing.
I'm going to guess that it's not really about a sheep detective.
It's about sheep detectives. So Hugh Jackman
Guess I'm
plays a
100%
farmer.
wrong.
Yeah, so sheep Jackman. Hugh Jackman plays a farmer, and every night he reads murder mysteries to his sheep. Well, he gets murdered, but so the sheeps they've been read all these murder books, and so they have to try and figure out who murdered him.
This is a real movie?
Legitimate. It's amazing.
Okay.
Can't recommend it enough. Yeah, Google
This is
YouTube trailer.
No,
I'm serious.
Honestly,
It's
I'm
amazing.
looking right now because this is one of those things where I feel like Miles is
I feel
gaslighting us.
yes, 100%.
No, I'm
gaslight.
not.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and pause. Let's pause the recording right now, and I want you to spend the next 2.5 minutes to watch that trailer, and then we're going to come back and you're going to say, "Wow, you were right. This looks amazing."
Well, the first thing that I pictured was a sheep from what's that claymation thing? Something in Gromit.
Shaun the Sheep.
Wallace and is it Shaun the Sheep? Yeah, it's the same
It's
style
Shaun
as that
the Sheep,
Wallace
yeah,
and
same
Gromit
thing,
or
yeah.
whatever that is, right?
No, this is the thing.
Yeah.
He's not actually gaslighting us.
Yep, I do like Brett Goldstein from Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
they
no,
got
I'm being
Patrick
serious.
Stewart.
Yeah, Sheep Detectives is amazing. So
7.6 out of 10 on IMDb. Might have to watch it.
It's already grossed 104 million, and its budget was 75, so we'll call that a success.
Oh, now
Right.
I'm watching the trailer with no volume, and I just see Hugh Jackman reading stories, and I know he's going to get murdered, and I'm a little sad now.
Yeah, but it's about the sheep's detecting who killed them.
I guess. Well, maybe it has a.
Think of
how does that
Knives
even
Out.
have a? Okay. How does it have a happy
The
ending?
sheep
he-
can talk.
So we can't spoil this, but he plays George Hardy, which is a cousin of both Jeff and Matt.
Oh, good. Okay. That's not missable then. I will have to watch it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
How did you-
Oh, what?
How did you find out about this, Miles?
I love movies. I'm a cinephile. So yeah, it's
It's not the worst kind of file.
no.
All right, we need to. There's a lot of jokes right now. We need to go back the other way.
Well, let's circle back to the Bookwood Age event that we did. Pete, do you remember the history of the Bookwood Age event?
Oh, 100%. Bookwood managed to buy one of the new 400 sets and play during a night of 300, all of them at 100 points, and nobody caught him until you caught him. Now, for the record, I did not play him that night, so I don't know how everybody else missed the point cost. But there was a good 2 games where he was playing 400 points versus 300 points. I want to say it was Cap's Cookie Quartet, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, well, I thought if you just played them together, you got to play all of them. We're like, that doesn't say that anywhere on the card or piece or anything. Like, why would you think that?
Well, he tried
So,
to call me dumb
Jeremy-
because he showed me.
Yeah.
We went and got the box, and he's like, "No, look right there."
I didn't know that. Are you serious?
Oh yeah, go, Miles. Can you look up the Cookie Quartet 400 set on probably the WizKid store? So
That's exactly what I'm looking up
I
right
think
now.
he played Doug was one of the rounds, and I don't know who he played the first round, but I asked him on our round. I'm like, all right, so like Hawkeye's low, right? And he's like, no, he's full, and I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. So Scarlet Witch is low. He's like, no, she's full too. And then I'm like, well, who's low? He's like, no, they're all at 100 because if you play them all at 100, you get to play them all at 400, right? And I was like, no, dude, that's not how it works. And so he was trying to say that the.
I
Do you have it up?
Yeah.
Okay, what does it say?
Yeah. So all the figures on Cap's Cookie Quartet have 3 starting lines at 100, 75, and 25 points, offering tremendous flexibility in how you apply them to constructing a force. It will be easy to run them as a complete team, whether you prefer 300 or 400 point games.
So he read that and he's like, yeah, see? And I was like, dude, that's not what it means at all.
I love the fact, though, that he played, a 400 point team in a 300 point event, and we had someone play a 300 point team in this Bookwood 400 point event, as long as you were all 100 points. I love that the juxtaposition of it happening the opposite.
No, so the option was you could just play a regular 300 point team,
Yeah.
or you had to play 4 100 point characters. Yeah. So, yeah, it was a fun event, man. It was a cool event. It was a fun event. And anytime we get to make fun of Bookwood, it's always a good night. Now, I will say, he did win his event.
He did come in
So what was he
first.
playing?
he played the Sandworm all at 100 points because we double checked his math, and Green Torch, and he beat me round 2. He beat me by 50 because I called an Abscissa and she finally died that day. So he ended up winning his event, but then he left before pricing. So Jeremy tried messaging him, and like he was already on his way home. And Jeremy said loud a couple of times, "Guys, where are you going? There's pricing." And everybody just left except for like me, Redman, Ollie, and Jeremy. So he's like, "Well, Pete, I guess you get pricing." I'm like, "Sweet."
What did you play for this one, Pete?
I played an X-Men team. I played Hadari Yao. I played the new Madison, and I didn't play it right for 2 games as usual.
Madeline?
I played Madeline, yes, not Madison. Sorry, Madeline prior, and then I played the 43A version of Colossus from Deadpool Weapon X, and I had another X-Men on there for 100 points. Oh, the old Hope Summers at 100, which you never
That's
play
right.
at 100. And I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna play her at 100 because I've never done it before. So, and honestly, it was a very fun team. It worked pretty well because with Madeline popping out the little phantasm pogs, you could protect Hadari Yao pretty well. So
Yeah, that's a nice bonus.
Do you think it has legs to be official? To where if you play 400-point figures, you can play 400 points in Modern?
I'm not opposed to the Bookwood format going forward. Like, I think we should really talk about it as one of our side events if we run another event. The Bookwood rules.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
I had Madeline Pryor also. I played the Colossal Apocalypse at 100, and was it Black Lantern Green Arrow, who Jeremy one shot, and then Dan would have one shot if he hit, but I think he rolled with. I had the problem, I think, like 4 times, and then he rolled his 3 dice twice, and he got a 1, a 1, and a 2, so that saved Green Arrow, but he just got smoked at 100 points. It was very sad. And then I had one more piece. What did I play? Man, I don't even remember. Do you remember?
I didn't play you, so I have no idea. Jeremy had a cool Green Lantern team that him and I went to a good old fashioned 0-0 double loss.
Do you remember what pieces he played?
He had the new Hal from the 400 set. He had Prime Batman. He had Alan Scott, and he had Sodom Yacht.
That's right, yeah.
Did anyone play the Jurassic League and then use the Super Sword Team Up card to bump one of them up 50 points?
No, that wouldn't have been a bad option. A lot of us played Colossals, I think, last week, so I wanted to get away from that this week. I only played the one. Oh, Legacy Deathstroke from Notorious at 100 points, and he got the God's Killer Sword for free, so he was a fun
nice.
piece.
So what was weird about the event of it being 300 but you getting 400 points is you still had to, like, you only had 4 actions if you had leadership. And so there were many times where I was like, I think I just took a 5th action. I can't do that. Because I'm like, well, it's 400 points. I'm like, but it's not 400 points. I just got the Bookwood 100 points.
Yeah.
So
Probably needs a little bit more work to make it an official age, but it was fun.
can you imagine him getting an official age from, like, probably one of the most boneheaded things of all time?
Oh, definitely not. I'll shut that down right away. Not happening.
It's already happened. That's the problem.
Nope. Never again. Just like the Bookwood report. Dead. Done.
What? Wait. What's dead?
Bookwood Report is not dead, Redman!
It's not. It's not dead. It's just on a hiatus. It'll come back when you least expect it.
Yeah. It's like herpes.
That's exactly what it's like.
Yep, it's a great example right there, or comparison.
Yeah.
Let's go to a little bit of news. We do have Fight for Gotham releasing on July 8th. That came out this week. I can't think of anything else though that was announced, right? No? All right. Well, returning...
I'm going to announce now.
Oh.
Save your pennies for those freaking vault boosters because those things are going to be expensive.
Bookwood said it was Streets of Gotham.
He did call it Streets of Gotham, so Bookwood's playing Streets of Gotham on July 8th. The rest of us are playing Fight for Gotham. Street fights for Gotham.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that an old set too?
Streets of Gotham? I don't know. We only go back to 2017. That's it.
Yes, it is. Batman Streets of Gotham. So that's what Bookwood's going to be playing. Came out in 2012.
He's gonna go on eBay and search for early release boosters of Streets of Gotham, and he's gonna be so excited. And then he's gonna get what? Are they even carded that old?
Yeah, they're carded, but
Okay.
it's the old cards.
Dude, I will find him some boosters to hand him to play at this
For sealed?
at the release day. Yeah, Bookwood, here's your boosters. Good luck.
All right. Well, returning this week is Ollie. Let's see what he has to say.
In all this corner, chaos reigns. Kid Chaos leading, playing his games. Rolling those critics, pure delight. Building our teams, ready to fight.
Today I'm back to talk about my Monday Bookwood Age at Coliseum. So I played Ultra Chase Superman, Venom Magneto with the Venomax, the release day Wolverine, can't remember what set he's from.
It's from Empire.
Empire, that's right. And the Hellfire Gala Wolverine red card. So I lost both of my games because last round I had a bye. So my first game I played against Pete, he was playing Hadaria, which is also just a great attacker, not just Pulse Waver.
Mm-hmm.
And his dice were on fire too. He rolled like 5 crit hits that game, it felt like. And then his dice just like went down, and then they went back shooting up. So not the greatest game for me, not the first game. Second game, I played against Dan, which I should not have picked an outdoor map because he had Dormammu. And he had 10 range mind control with Nightmare. So my Nightmare was just controlling my guys, hitting my pieces with my pieces, using my Venomax.
So maybe an indoor map would have been better for that one. Yeah.
Indoor map, definitely.
So what did you like about the Ultra Chase Superman? Were you able to bring people back? Did you do that at all, or did he get KO'd first each game?
First.
Okay. And then what about Venom Magneto? Did you just want a reason to play the Venomax, or did you like Venom Magneto?
Venom Magneto's still good at full.
Mm-hmm.
He just dies quick.
He
If he had a little bit of a longer dial, he would be even more good. Because he can running shot. He has like a 8 range 2 bolts or something.
Yeah, he had some old stats. He's still pretty
So
good.
he had 6 running shot. So he'd go up 6, shoot 8, and then after I free TK myself back.
Mm-hmm.
And
Keep him
then
kind of safe.
keep him kind of safe, yeah.
And then what do you like about that Empire release day Wolverine? Because you play him a lot when you can.
Yeah. I like that he can just heal, which my Wolverine never healed any games.
How come?
Because my dice sucked.
Oh, okay.
Because at the beginning of your turn, you have to roll a 5 or 6, and then he heals a click.
Mm-hmm.
And if your dice are really good, he can be hard to kill.
And then what about the Hellfire Gala Wolverine was the one from the first set, right?
First set, yeah.
Did you get to do any cool Blades powers with her when you're adjacent to multiple people?
I did, but I didn't even get to roll it because I missed.
Oh, that's rough. Oh, so rough day for you for Bookwood Age, huh?
Because I'm Pete's team, he has penetrating damage.
Mm-hmm.
So Wolverine just goes down quick. 4 clicks down hurts pretty bad.
Yeah.
Because she has combat reflexes, no like reducers.
Yeah. So that's a rough one, huh?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
somebody could just come in and deal like 3 damage to her already kind of weak, and then Hadaria just comes in and sweeps it up.
But it was a fun event. Did you like building
Yeah.
with a couple new pieces and just kind of playing a little differently? Yeah, with the 4 pieces. Now, is that something that you think that you would make that mistake if you saw that a 400 set allowed you to play
No,
4 pieces
I would
at
not
100?
make that mistake.
You wouldn't make that mistake?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking about just playing the Thundercats.
That would have been
But-
fun.
I don't know. I wanted to do the Wolverine really bad
Nothing wrong with that.
because I like that Wolverine.
Well, we're ramping up for Origins here. What's your plan for Origins?
Origins, be our champion.
The BR champion?
Yes.
Yeah, you got a lot of
I'm doing
BRs
every single BR
that they're running. Yep.
that they're running.
Yep, you'll be there running BRs the entire weekend.
Yes.
So you excited for
Not
that?
doing a single main event.
Nope, all BRs.
All BRs.
Yep, you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. All right, but we will see you next week, okay?
Okay, bye.
Oh, we'll take your heart, take your love. And now it's gonna feel the flow.
Now, last week we got 2 different articles from WizKids. Both absolutely shook up the game. We talked about the first one during last week's podcast. Then we got a second drop later in the week. So this time we're going to focus on the second one that is talking about events. So let's see how that one starts. So general tournament changes. We're making changes to tournaments and we wanted to share those changes before they go into effect so our most invested fans can know what to expect, as well as understand our thought process. If you're interested in what we're doing, but not why, you can skip to the end. The first change to tournaments is the one that we think will impact the greatest number of players. HeroClix is moving away from the victory points as a tiebreaker in favor of utilizing strength of schedule. So the first point is, why use a tiebreaker? When players have a similar win-loss record, it helps to find a way to rank those players. This allows tournament organizers or software to create pairings for single elimination rounds or determine prizing at the end of Swiss rounds. Second point, why was HeroClix using victory points? HeroClix chose victory points as a tiebreaker method to reward players for winning big. Sometimes that meant by scoring a ton of points. Other times it meant by denying their opponents the ability to score victory points, ensuring those players wouldn't surpass them as easily in tiebreakers later. Some players like this method because they feel in control. If you score a lot of points because of great gameplay or because of excellent team construction, your advantage within the tournament can be increased. The philosophy was that the players winning big were the best players, most deserving of advancing to single elimination rounds or accessing the best prizes. And then the last victory points point is, what can go wrong with using victory points? Well, I think we know, but let's find out more as we dig deeper. Victory points often measure skill gap more than achievement. If 2 players of average skill face off in the first round, their score might be moderate, 100 to 80 points for sake of argument. However, a similar result might be true for 2 players of incredibly high skill level or 2 players at a beginner level. Despite the fact that each winner did something of a very different difficulty level, their result was similar. As players ourselves, this isn't great. At different points in time, certain strategies can dramatically impact a player's ability to score victory points. Designing the game around these strategies constrains the options of designers and can serve to make HeroClix feel overly samey year over year, instead of fresh and different as new metagames emerge. Unfortunately, it is also possible for players to potentially play games in ways that are legal but manipulate the tournament outcomes by increasing the victory points that they or their opponents score. One of the solutions for this is to penalize players that are damaging event integrity by manipulating points. In practice, this can be very hard, potentially causing bad feelings towards players or tournament staff, especially at the local level where community building is critical. So a lot of this is their response that we're getting to all of the collusion that we have been talking about lately. So I am interested to see how this plays out at the next event. Miles, do you want to go into what they are going towards?
Yes, so they're going to be going towards strength of schedule. And now, dear listeners, you might wonder, what is strength of schedule? Strength of schedule is a tiebreaker method that analyzes how difficult a player's opponents are throughout an entire tournament. You might also be asking yourselves, what are the advantages of strength of schedule? Well, strength of schedule does a good job of evaluating which players have had the most challenging path within a tournament and which ones might have had an easier path. Players can have some control over their strength of schedule in Swiss-style tournaments by winning games early in the tournament, ensuring they are paired against opponents in later rounds that have already accumulated wins. Strength of schedule is also relatively challenging to manipulate. No, I got a cough. Ugh. Since many individual games might be contributing to the tiebreakers of competing players all at the same time. The next change of tournaments is one that may impact some players and judges. At official WizKids events, such as U.S. National Championships and World Championships, players should expect an increased level of rules enforcement. Before we go into the rules enforcement, allow me to go to the wonderful HC units and break down the tiebreakers that is strength of schedule. And so the strength of schedule is going to be for the tiebreaker purposes. The first tiebreaker is going to be wins, where the players with the most wins will be at the top of the standings. So you're going to be, and buys also count as a win. So that's going to be the tiebreaker. So you're going to have, 2 O's facing 2 O's, 1-1s facing 1-1s, 0-2s, etc. The first tiebreaker after that, so I guess the second tiebreaker is going to be your opponent's win percentage. And they're based on how well your opponent has played in the event, thus giving a small advantage to those who played more successful opponents. And then the third tiebreaker is going to be your opponent's win percentage, which is going to take the average of your opponent's win percentage, as the name suggests. And so when you look on HC units during the event that is based off of strength of schedule, you'll see 2% on instead of points, and that's what's going to be. It's going to have their opponent's win percentage, which could be like, let's say 40%, and then their opponent's win percentage, which can be like 56%, for example. And then if those are completely tied, what it's going to go is go to head-to-head. 2 players have played each other in the event. The winner of that match will be placed above the other. And then if that is 5, it's going to be random. If all other tiebreakers have been exhausted and time remains, the order is resolved randomly. So what this is essentially saying is that points don't matter for tiebreaker or placement purposes. So you can easily have someone score 1,200 points and be 3-2. That will actually be placed lower than somebody that's 3-2 with like 600 points, for example. Because points are no longer being used as a tiebreaker.
So just to clarify here, first it's going to look at the opponent's win percentage after wins. Then it'll look at its opponent's win percentage. But then it jumps to head-to-head. At no point do we go to the opponent's win percentage. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Which is kind of sad, because I would have loved to see the opponent's win percentage followed by the opponent's win percentage.
I
just
keep breaking it down.
A bunch of percents.
Agree. All right, let's go into the next point. Pete, do you want to tell us about rules enforcement?
What is rules enforcement? WizKids has received feedback from fans that while participating in major championship events, a higher level of strictness would be preferred, compared to the casual level of rules enforcement that might be appropriate for a low-stakes local event meant to be beginner-friendly. Can you provide examples, situations where this difference would apply? One of the primary expectations set forth in HeroClix tournament rules is players are responsible for being aware of any clarifications for any of their game elements. At a local or casual event, a player not being aware of a clarification might be easily fixed with a warning from a judge, especially if no advantage was gained. At an event like the World Championships, the likelihood of it being a genuine mistake might be considered less, and the opportunity to get an unfair advantage would have a particularly high reward. In such a case, tournament staff would usually treat this as cheating. In particular, the feedback that we have received indicates that cheating and tournament integrity are areas where fans would like to see a greater enforcement. Yes, please. And the consideration of stricter penalties. Yes, please. The final change to the tournaments within this batch is the return of the map menu. This was a thing before.
That's what I just wanted to know.
Well, as the royal knower of great maps, I can tell you I was not consulted on the map menu. What is the map menu? The map menu lets players know which maps will be legal for premier events. Why have a map menu? Why not just allow every map? That's a great question. When every map is allowed, there's the possibility that preparing for events becomes unduly difficult. Players might need to collect every map for the sake of practice. I don't think that's true. Then play a great many maps to understand them better. In part, this takes the focus away from the characters and teams, which are often the most fun parts of HeroClix. Furthermore, when every map is allowed, the metagame revolves around a small number of maps anyway. This is known to seasoned HeroClix players, but generally not known to players who are earlier in their journey to Clix mastery. By enforcing a map menu, it allows tournament organizers de-emphasize maps that might stifle team building or have seen limited distribution in their region. For example, it would be an undue burden to players in Asia to allow a map that was only distributed in North America. A map menu also spares the most prepared players from feeling compelled to bring every map in a format. Players will still be able to utilize their collection of maps when playing at local or casual events.
All right, let's dive deeper into this last point here. So, the first thing, when it says, when every map is allowed, there's a possibility that preparing for events becomes unduly difficult. Players might need to collect every map for the sake of practice. So, would you say that you need to collect every piece for the sake of practice?
Yeah, see, was going to be my point too. Is like, where do you draw this line? Like the map menu, like, and it's saying, well, it's because of the metagame revolves around a small number of maps anyway. Well, the metagame revolves around a small number of figures anyway. And we have seen that. So it doesn't make any sense at all. And I think it stifles like the actual big events. I don't think they actually like explained it well enough, because this is like, well, the Tri-Seasonal Legacy card, it's hard to get a hold of. And so for the sake of nationals, we're going to say that figure is not legal. We're not banning him. It's just, we're going to have, a figure menu. Like it's like, where does this stop? And then the bringing up the players in Asia and everything is like, this is for the U.S. nationals. So that still doesn't answer that.
And the list of actual maps are only from Venom, X-Men, Lantern Legacy, Smash and Destroy, Black Panther, and the starters. So if you only had maps from other modern sets, you automatically now have to go purchase other maps from various methods, which the release days are going to be relatively hard to get depending on the set. But now you have to go spend $30+ on starter sets or play at homes or train kits to even get these maps to play at this event. So I think that's another big hit right there, is that now you have to go buy more things just to play a game.
Yeah, because there's 4 sets that you can't play their maps.
And you did the math earlier, Miles. What was it? So it talks about how, what is it? The metagame revolves around a small number of maps anyways. So we're already talking about a small number of maps for modern. What is the actual maps? You said 38?
No, there's more than that, because I forgot about the 4 sets. So right now, there's 22 legal maps for this event. And I'm just talking about paper maps. And so now we're going to have 4 sets, which are each going to have 4. So that's going to be 16 maps. And then you're going to have Ancient Labyrinth, which is going to be 17. And then you're going to have the 2 maps from Smash and Destroy. That's going to be 19. So there's 22 maps available, and they're banning 19 paper maps. It's almost 50-50, which is just insane.
And then
there's 41 maps.
Let's not forget too that we just had players that traveled to Nashville to play at H4H and Rock Cup and win these maps that aren't even good at the next event.
No, and then these maps, like you said, with the map and terrain kit or the play at home kits, you could argue, because a lot of places charge $30, the same price for those as you would for a neoprene map from Gamer Mats. Right. So you can't even use those as a reason either, because the modern legal maps are on there. And it's just like, if you want to limit maps to open the metagame, then you're going to have to limit figures. And it's like, okay, where does this stop?
Right.
Because what they actually do is they make the best pieces that much better with their map choices. X Mansion will be the number 1 played map because it is the best map out of this small list. And if they don't think that the good players or the players won't see that, they're completely wrong. All they're doing is now limiting it for you to go second. And so, and I mean, we're not going to get into the fact that it's the same maps only for silver as well. So that just becomes even more insane.
Well, let's go into the actual maps that are legal. Pete, this seems to be your specialty for some reason. Do you want to list off the maps that are on this map menu?
Thank you, Sir Redmond the Negative. I will. As the royal knower of great maps, I will review the map menu that once again I was not invited to contribute to. I think a gross oversight on WizKids. Maybe the email went to my spam folder. Venom. Island Prison, Clintar, Life Foundation Lab, Lombard Street, Venomized. X-Men 97, Asteroid X, Basketball Court, the best map in Modern. Motendo and X Mansion. Miles thinks the most played map, and I agree. Lantern Legacy, O Plaza, Okara, Yzmalt, and Zamaron. It sounds like a tag team. Smash and Destroy, Mean Streets,
That
and
also
the
sounds
Subway.
like a tag team.
Mean Streets and the Subway, it does actually. Black Panther, Little Mogadishu, Wakandan Battlefield, Testing Grounds, Vibranium Mines, and from the starter sets, Big Belly Burger, the X-Jet Hangar, Cord Industries, and the Annex.
So
It's a
what do
pretty
you
limited
notice?
menu. I have to tell
It
you,
is.
if I was at this restaurant, I would go to another one.
So we have no maps
Uh,
from, what is it, Collector's Trove, Spider-Verse, or what's the other one?
Strange Tales or
Strange
Masters
Tales.
of Time.
Or Masters of Time. 4 sets don't even get their maps played. So
Yeah.
Modern already has a limited shelf life of 2 years that you're able to actually play these maps. So 2 Nationals events, 2 Worlds events, and now you just can't even play any of those sets maps at this Modern event. That's another big miss for me.
Wait, like no one even played any of the Masters of Time maps anyway. So
The problem
is it because they're
that
indoor?
That's what I think.
That's why.
They're better
Yeah,
and people
they're-
would have actually played them.
Yeah, they're removing all the indoor maps essentially.
The
pretty
best ones.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even X Mansion is indoor-outdoor, and Big Belly Burger's indoor-outdoor.
Yeah.
Is there any indoor map?
Not just straight indoor, I don't think so. Right?
Subway.
Oh, that one. What about
But
Life
that's-
Foundation Lab? Is that both?
That's
Whatever.
indoor.
That one might be.
That's
but
indoor.
How much is actually?
So is Island Prison is indoor too.
But there's, if you look at like Life Foundation Lab, there's really just, walls for one area and then a little blocking in the middle though. So there's still a lot of space to get around easily. So it just seems like they don't want things clogged up at all. I think that this is going to be a huge problem for Silver because all of the maps that we just listed for Modern are the only maps that you can also select for the Silver event at Nats also. And that's going to be a problem. So now you go from 300 points, 4 actions, most likely if you have leadership. Now, the same small map, your alpha, you're probably getting 5 actions, and it's just going to be so easy to get to your opponent. I don't know who chooses to not go first in this example.
Yeah.
Oh, there are a couple indoor maps, but they're all kind of similar to what you described. Like very few areas of blocking and very few areas of walls.
Yeah, so the
There's
maps that I'm going through that I think are going to be the top played maps are going to be Vibranium Mines because it gives you that similar with the different elevations to Bunker, essentially the Major Brock's Bunker, X Mansion, obviously, and then going through the other ones. I guess that third one is a wash, essentially.
I don't mind. I feel like I'm playing X Mansion for sure. And I don't mind. What did we mention before? Big Belly Burger is probably a potential candidate.
Yeah.
Vibranium Mines I do like also, and maybe Subway. It's going to hurt to play on folds and paper and just have pieces sliding around already. So I'm already a little hurt by this and directly
That's what I was going to say. How are you going to emotionally handle this, Redmond?
It's going to be very hard to overcome the rage that I will have. when I sit
Can
down.
you please wear sleeves and then rip them off
No.
at your first game?
I guess this is kind of one of those, like, as most things with me with HeroClix, I'll wait and see on this. But I don't understand, if you're going to do this, why you don't include for Modern just every set in Modern if you're going to force everybody onto paper maps, which I don't really like, honestly. And for Silver, taking away the large maps is a terrible idea.
Yeah, Silver will
Like,
die if it's just small maps.
Silver, this is going to be a rough Silver tournament, because if you don't go first, there's a lot of teams that are just destroying your team on turn 2.
Yeah, I don't see how the offensive alpha for Silver is just insane. You choose the team that goes first, just crushes you. How much barrier can you really pack on a team if you go second? Is that the way that they're trying to push theme? Is just play theme or die?
No, I don't know, because they're getting rid of like 4 sets, like Masters of Time maps. Like I love those maps, and I use them. I don't know why like those can't be. Oh, never mind. So I take that back. There's actually there's 2 more maps that are modern legal that are paper maps that aren't legal, and that's because I forgot about the Ace Street and Ace Chemicals.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah. So there's
So is it
what,
less
22?
than half? Less than half the maps are legal?
Yeah, because there's 4 sets, so 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 maps, paper maps are being you can't use. Or no, more than that, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 23 because there's 6 maps in Masters of Time. So there is 23. Yeah, so 23 maps that you can't use.
That's crazy. And again, there's only 2 years of gameplay for this stuff to be legal in Modern. So just
Yeah.
saying that it's not illegal for their second biggest event of the year, that's just crazy.
What's the Sentinel Factory in Genosha from? Is that from the Sentinel OP kit?
Yeah. So that's 2 more then, right?
Okay, so that's 25. Yeah, that's 25. Yeah, 25 paper maps.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was another one too that I would have considered, because I like that map. But again, it's indoor and it's got some blocking and elevated in the middle. So is it just considered too restricted?
They're the ones that designed it. Like they're not the rock maps. Like these are WizKids maps that WizKids designed for sets. So I don't get it.
There's no small map that's slowing down Rogue. Let's just be honest.
No,
right? She's going wherever she wants.
Well, with most
You
of the
have Rogue
maps,
and
like
you have
every
Eternity.
piece, well, like every piece is Rogue now, and Eternity with the map selections.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's no, and if they think that it's going to encourage unique team builds, they're wrong. All it's going to encourage is playing the best things. It's like you're now like limiting the fringe teams that do depend on going second and using certain maps to be advantageous.
Yeah.
So it wasn't thought out.
There's a lot of good changes that I am excited to play still, but I don't know if I've ever been more excited to see some of the ELO facts after this event than I have any other event. Seeing the first player, their win percentage, seeing the most played map, because now you have to enter that into HC units. So yeah, I'm
So that's also, since points don't matter, maybe that's what they're hoping, is that with them being open maps and people are not going to try and wipe their opponents. I don't know. Trying to be optimistic here, trying to think of like get into their mind.
Well, maybe they know that there's a good chance, or maybe they're assuming that there's a good chance with the change to strength of schedule and points not mattering, that there will be an uptick in, slow playing and defensive teams, and they want to eliminate the ability to barrier up by playing these more open maps. So maybe that's honestly just a shift and what's it called? Being proactive versus reactive.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't think it really changes anything for the top builds. Anyone that thinks that this is going to hurt the top players that we have, I think they're completely wrong. That it doesn't matter. They're the top players regardless. It's not, they're only good because of certain pieces or certain maps. Like they'll get through it.
Right.
I
Yeah, absolutely.
I just hate it because like if I don't go to many events, and then because then when I usually do, they're big events, and now you're telling me that I don't get to play that often, but when I do, like I can't even use my maps that I don't even get to use anywhere else anyway. It makes no sense.
Yeah, and I get to go to a ton of events, and I'm still not happy about this either.
Yeah,
So it's both ends there.
And then like last episode when we were talking about it, like if people are worried about, like all you can worry about is like yourself. So like them saying that you can't prepare for everything, you've never been able to prepare for everything. Like that's just how it is. You don't need to have every map and be prepared for every map.
Right.
Like that's not how you become a good player. And so that makes no sense.
No, being a good player is being able to adapt on the fly on whatever's thrown down in front of you.
Yeah, and like I can adapt to this, but am I going to still call it out and say that's BS and I don't like it? Absolutely. Because I have maps that I want to play.
Yep. And
because it makes no sense. They might as well. I think that they need to look at. So now where it's like crap. Now we have to look at the top 20 pieces. Okay, the top 20 pieces from the last event, H4H and Modern. Sorry, those are banned. You can't play them. Like that's almost like how it feels with the maps. It's like, what are you doing? Like with your argument with the maps is the same thing as you might as well just ban the top 20 figures for the next event because you're trying to cater to an audience to cater to players that don't even go to these events.
Well, I look forward to seeing a lot of the stats when the dust settles on all this. We did get a full schedule of all the Origins events and the prizing, so why don't we break those down? So Thursday, June 18th is the Silver Age Championship. This is standard 400-point Silver Age, Swiss pairing, and top cut playoff. Entry fee is $36. Start time is 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And no determined amount of Swiss rounds, obviously, because they're going to see what the top cut is and all that, or depending on how many players play in it. The prizing breakdown is participation will be a trophy construct. That's good right there. Top 16 are going to get the new Green Lantern LE that debuted at the Icy Regionals, and then also an Atlantean Warrior, which is a new LE debuting at this event. Top 8 will get all of the top 16 prizes, and then a Collector's Trove Retail Chase Booster, the new Kinetic Hammer that's also debuting at this event, Deadpool at Home, and a Superior Spider-Man. Top 4 will get all of that stuff we just listed, plus an X-Men 97 Retail Chase Booster, the debuting Steel LE, the new Black Lantern ring that debuted at CCO, and a Spacesuit Batman. And then the top 2 are going to get everything that we mentioned previously, plus a Venom Retail Chase Booster. And then the winners and finalists, there are 3 factory sets for top prizing. The winning player will get first choice of the 3 options. Second place player gets next choice, and the winning player will receive the remaining set. And that is going to be the Next Phase factory set, Smash and Destroy factory set, and the Lantern Legacy factory set. So there's some decent stuff in there. I like that as you place higher, you get a Retail Chase Booster on every tier.
Yeah.
And then the winner gets 2 factory sets? That's solid.
Absolutely. Even if one of them's silver, it's like at least they have the gods and Kevin. I mean, I know the gods are, on the bench, but
that's still worth it for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like the best one's probably Lantern Legacy, right? And then second place takes Next Phase. Kevin and the Gods, they'll come off the bench eventually. And then
I'm trying to think, honestly, I'm not sure if Lantern Legacy's the set to pick first. I mean, it honestly might be Next Phase when you look at monetary reasons.
Yeah, but you get all of the constructs. That's so much.
I guess, but the Lantern Legacy constructs really aren't that much compared to the Batman team-up ones.
Yeah, maybe Next Phase is actually the way to go. It's a good point.
Because you can get the ring and all 4 constructs for each color for pretty much $30.
The chases have settled a little bit for Lantern Legacy too, so I think maybe you do take next phase because those gods are still
'Cause you
good
get
in Kevin.
Yeah, those 3 gods in Kevin, like that's
Yeah, maybe that is the play. All right, then. So that's the Thursday event. What is the Friday event?
Well, Friday we have Monster Truck Rally. Oh no, never mind. It's the Chase Booster Team Sealed. My bad. Monster Truck Rally is Sunday. We have Chase Booster Team Sealed, which they are using Venom. So traditional 3-player HeroClix Team Sealed with some extra spice. Each team will receive 1 brick of the most recent WizKids HeroClix booster set, plus a retail chase booster from another set to build their teams. Play 4 to 5 rounds of Swiss with top cut to 4. Each ticket is for an entire 3-person team. Only 1 person per team needs to purchase the ticket. The entry fee is a little spendy. Even with that retail chase booster, you're talking $63 more than it was at Worlds. It's $243 for each team, which is...
Is the pricing better though? Because those retail chase boosters, you
That's
can
what I'm-
easily
yeah.
put like a $50 price tag on them, I think, right?
Yeah, no, that's once I get with the pricing, and then it says the top cut will be after. So prize types, participation, everyone's getting a Legion flight ring. That's awesome right there just for going. Top 8, so there's no top 16. So top 8 is you get the Kyle Rayner Green Lantern, the Kinetic Hammer, the Atlantean Warrior, Orca, and a Black Panther retail chase booster. Top 4, you get all of those, plus a Black Lantern ring, Steel, Arctic Suit Batman, Infinite, and an X-Men 97 retail chase booster. Top 2 gets all that, plus a Venom retail chase booster. And then the winners and finalists, there are 3 factory sets for top prizing. The winning team will get first choice of the 3 options. So it's factory sets, and then the same as that. But this one's Lantern Legacy, X-Men 97, and Strange Tales. So the 243 makes total sense, especially if you look at the pricing. Like the winner gets 2 factory sets, and second place gets the Venom retail chase booster each plus the factory set.
We can assume that there's 3 factory sets, right? You're not a team that's splitting the whole factory set.
And so it says right here, pricing for Team Sealed is the following. All prizes are awarded in triplicate, except for factory sets, 1 for each member of the team. See, that doesn't make sense because it says 1 for each member of the team.
Yeah.
So
unless that's supposed to be talking about what triplicates are.
With triplicates, 3 each, right? Except for factory sets, and then it has in parentheses 1 for each member of the team.
Yeah, I think it's still clarifying what that means, but it's definitely worded wrong. So a team has to split a factory set then?
That's what I get. I don't know. It contradicts itself right there because it says all prizes are awarded in triplicate except for factory sets, and it says 1 for each member of the team. So I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean towards the teams are splitting a factory set of each one of those.
No.
All right, that is Friday. What about Saturday, Pete?
Saturday. June 20th, 2026. Registration's 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 Central. Start time's 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central. It says invite only. It's at the Greatest Columbus Convention Center. 36 American dollars. 400 North High Street, Columbus, Ohio, 43215 in the good old US of A. Modern 300. Description. Compete against the best players from across the country.
I hate
just
you
the
so
country,
much.
not the world this time. Why?
Let's speed it up here, Pete.
Compete against the best players from across the country for the title of the HeroClix 2026 U.S. National Champion. Tournament will be 300-point modern, played for a number of Swiss rounds based on participation numbers. Top 16 will return on Sunday morning for single elimination playoff.
Rally, followed by a demolition derby.
Single elimination playoff eliminations for the title. Do they have a championship belt? Let's find out. All right.
Negative.
What are we getting? Here's the pricing. Participation, Captain America's Shield. What's that from?
I think it's a new one.
Assume we haven't seen it yet. I doubt they're giving away the collector's trove Captain America
I
shield.
hope they're just giving away
bystander.
actual Captain America's shields, like full size. Top 32,
I mean,
DC.
Calder is supposed to be there, so I can see him. He's probably just sweating 3D printing everything right now.
You're just handing out a shield to everybody. Thanks for playing.
Yeah.
Thanks for playing.
Yep.
Here's a shield. Thanks for playing. All right,
Howdy.
Pete, top 32.
That's
Howdy.
rowdy.
Top 32, DC HeroClix Trophy Construct, DC HeroClix Green Lantern. Which one is that?
The same
Power
one that
Ranger.
we just mentioned in the last two events, the one that debuted at the Icy Regional.
All right, perfect. Top 16, all top 32 prizes, and a Captain America shield for participating. Marvel HeroClix Atlantean Warrior and Legion Flight Rings top 8, all top 32 and top 16 prizes, but now you get a kinetic hammer. Steel, Black Lantern Ring, Spacesuit Batman, Superior Spider-Man, Black Panther Retail Chase Booster, Spider-Verse Retail Chase Booster, and a Venom Retail Chase Booster.
Wait, it's been a second.
Top 4 gets all...
Hold on. Okay.
Yeah. All top 32. Top 4 gets all top 32, all top 16, all top 8 prizes, and an Infinite, an Orca, a Collector's Trove Retail Chase Booster, and an X-Men 97 Retail Chase Booster. We need more drops. Top 2, all top 32, top 16, top 8, and top 4 prizing, and a Captain America shield. One of each debuting for Sale HeroClix promo. Do we know what those are yet?
No.
Marvel HeroClix Strange Tales Factory Set, and the winner gets all their
Chicken
event
dinner.
prizing and a Venom.
I was ready.
Yeah. Factory set, and you still get Captain America's shield, which we're not sure if that's actual full-size shield, 3D printed by Calder Ness, or something else.
So I think I have a new drop for X-Men. It's just me saying it, going na 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 na.
Oh, I hate that.
That's it.
Somebody
That's
doing it in the
getting clipped.
background?
That was my son.
I mean, pricing's outrageous, and especially when we don't even know if you're getting like an actual shield. Who doesn't want that?
Just carry all your prizing around on the shield.
I had to walk away because he's still doing it. And that's it.
There are still Battle Royals, Premium Battle Royals, and Pulp and Modern side events.
Well, Pete, besides the very long opener to all those events, you did a pretty good job with the rest of them. So why don't you tell us what you can win in the BRs?
I'd love to. In the BRs, you can win an Atlantean Warrior, Captain America shield, again, not sure if it's HeroClix piece or a shield, Steel, a Kinetic Hammer, Black Lantern Ring, Trophy Construct, Legion Fright Ring, or a... Ooh, that was terrible. Legion Flight Ring, or a Green
Legion
Lantern.
Fright Ring. Ooh, is that much? Ooh, it sounds scary.
That's better than the Legion Flight Ring. You're like, it's so scary. Do you want me to do
Yeah.
Premium Battle Royals? I'm on a roll here.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
All right. Premium Battle Royals follow identical prize structure as standard Battle Royals, but also include one of the following Retail Chase Boosters determined at random. These will be open to the table and individual components added to the prize draft. Those include a Black Panther Retail Chase Booster, Collector's Trove Retail Chase Booster, X-Men 97 Retail Chase Booster, and a Venom Retail Chase Booster. After the Battle Royals on Saturday, final standings for the Battle Royale Championship of the event will be set on Sunday. The top 4 players will return for a final game. The winner of the final table will receive an X-Men 97 factory set. The following items will be added to the Battle Royale Championship prize pool to be drafted by the final 4 players. You can get yourself a Battle Royale bystander pack times 8. I don't know if that's... You get all of them. You get a Venom Retail Chase Booster. You can get yourself a Venom Booster, Kinetic Hammer, Steel, Green Lantern, Trophy Construct, Legion Flight Ring, not the Fright Ring, Black Lantern Ring, Arctic Suit Batman, Spacesuit Batman, Abracadabra, jump out and grab ya, Atlantean Warrior, Captain America Shield, still not sure if it's HeroClix Beast, Infinite Orca, Barbecue Deadpool, Superior Spider-Man, and Deadpool at Home, and one each of the debuting for sale HeroClix promos.
Well, Pete, that was amazing. Let's bring it home with the Pulp and Modern side events. Let's hear it.
Oh man, I'm exhausted.
No.
Pulp and Modern side events share identical prize models for each player. In the event, one of the following promos will be added to the prize pool determined at random. Atlantean Warrior, Captain America Shield, still hoping it's a shield, Steel, Kinetic Hammer, Black Lantern Ring, Trophy Construct, Legion Flight Ring, Green Lantern, Barbecue Deadpool, Superior Spider-Man, Infinite Orca, Deadpool at Home, Abracadabra, Arctic Suit Batman, and a Spacesuit Batman.
That's great.
Absolutely.
For every 8 players in a Pulp or Modern side event, minimum 1, max 2, one of the following retail chase boosters will be added to the prize pool. These will be opened at the table and individual components drafted among other prizes. Black Panther retail chase booster, collector's... Collector's Trove retail chase booster, Spider-Verse retail chase booster, X-Men 97. Retail chase booster, and of course, Venom. Retail chase booster after the last Pulp side event on Saturday. Final standings for the Pulp Championship will be set on Sunday. The top 4 players will return for a final game. The winner of the final table will receive a Marvel HeroClix Venom. Factory set. And the following items will be added to the Pulp Championship prize pool to be drafted by the final 4 players. Battle Royale Bystander Packs, X-Men 97, Retail Chase Booster, Kinetic Hammer, Steel, Green Lantern, Trophy Construct, Legion Flight Ring, Black Lantern Ring, Arctic Suit Batman, Spacesuit Batman, Abracadabra, Jump Out and Grab Ya, Atlantean Warrior, Captain America's Shield, still hope it's a shield, Infinite Orca, Barbecue Deadpool, Superior Spider-Man, and Deadpool at Home, and one of the each debuting for sale HeroClix promos. Now, community, how much will you pay to attend this event?
I'm
Call the
throwing
900
in.
number.
I'm going to be throwing in another thing. We're throwing in another thing. I'm going to be have an open invitation to a roundtable for top 4 Pulp to be on a new episode of Tide to Tide with Aquamiles. I've got the contract signed. A roundtable of the top 4 Pulp players.
All right. We'll see who takes you up on that one.
I'm ready for bed. That was a lot.
That was a lot, Pete. You're probably very sleepy now.
Mm-hmm.
But that was pretty amazing. Did you mention the Pulp event is going to be Modern 300 Pulp? I don't.
Nope, because I was too locked into the prizing, so thanks for covering my ass on that one.
Yes. So Pulp is 300 Pulp, and I don't think they've changed any rules for that. So whatever they did for Silver is probably the same for Pulp. Modern,
Well, they have to do that the ban list, but in order to be a true champion, they have to face the last modern champion. And so if they do attend Worlds, there will be a one-on-one with the great one of me being the latest Worlds Pulp Gauntlet champion, and they will have to face the winning Pulp build from Worlds 2025, 300-point Thanos. Or the belt.
I was really worried about the energy on this episode, but I think we really pulled it off there, boys.
I agree. It's a lot of energy from you, Pete, and I appreciate it.
It's those 2 ice cream Snickers bars, I'm telling you. Blood sugar's like 600 right now.
I think that's going to wrap up everything, though, right? Premium Battle Royales, Chase Booster Team Sealed, Origins, Silver Age Championship, National Championship, and the Pulp and Modern side events. Yeah. I think I'm going to actually bring just a couple of fun Modern teams and see if I can getting those if we end up not doing well in one of the other events, because I think that'd be fun to just bring like a symbiote team or something and try that out. But
In pulp?
no, there's a modern thing too where it's just you can kind of test your modern team to get ready for nationals, and so I think it's just 8-person side events, and you just sign up and you play your 300-point modern team also.
Well, you said something that can't be occurring, and that's fun and modern. So good luck with that.
I don't know. We'll see. We will see. I think that's going to wrap up all of our information, though. So let's get to questions. You've got questions. We've got answers.
Your ass better call somebody!
First, we have McConnell Lamar. Hey, gents. We played a post-errata modern event this past weekend. Thoughts on my cut missing team? So, McConnell, we are actually going to cover that whole event next week to help prep for Modern next time. So, I'm going to save this question for then, but I'm definitely excited to break down the teams because there did seem to be stuff that wouldn't have been played without the erratas that went live. And I do think the only difference with where Nationals is going to be is that they did not have the strength of schedule system going yet, right? So it's still victory points for this event too.
Oh, they didn't do strength? I thought they did strength of schedule.
No, I think that Clay didn't have it ready to go until maybe Sunday or
yes,
Monday.
yeah.
So it was still victory points. So it might have been a little different of how placings were, but the big thing is that it was a post-errata modern event. So yeah, I'm excited to take a look at that and do a little bit
I
of
will
a
do
deep
the
dive.
math as well to see if McConnell would have made cut with the strength of schedule.
Great. That'll give us more to talk about then.
Now, I'm not going to take anything away from what you're doing here, but I'm going to give a little bit of a tease. That's what we call that in the business. That McConnell's team was 299 points, not 300.
Well, I'm gonna
That's
guess
all I
it
got.
had a bystander on it then. But we'll find out.
Well, we'll find out next episode, won't we?
Next week on episode 135 of the D-Generation Clicks podcast.
Like the kids in the early 2000s. Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
All right, go to
Sorry, I just wanted to participate in it. It seemed too fun not to.
It's so fun.
You just made the list!
Go on to Jacob Springer. How will the map menu affect silver teams? So in the beginning of the event, there are still, I think, a lot of players who choose small maps in silver already. But I think once you go down to the final rounds, maybe even once cut happens, almost everyone is playing on big maps. So with the forced small maps and minimal defensive maps that are options, I think it's really going to make the silver alpha insane. It will be interesting to see what I mentioned before with the ELO after the event and see some of those numbers. So that's something I'm actually looking forward to. Miles,
Eternity is just insane.
Yes.
Eternity is just with the small maps. Yeah, it's going to be. You better make sure you have a Term 1 alpha.
I don't think it
or
makes
a way to try and hamper it.
I don't think it's going to make any pieces like more playable that weren't playable before. I think it narrows the stuff
It does,
more.
yeah.
So again, another negative reason. Pete, what about you?
I'm going to be really surprised if there's not a huge swing percentage back to first player winning a ton.
Especially in silver.
silver.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's it. This will be really great to go over for us because we'll have a ton of stuff to break down and talk about. But I agree, Eternity is completely insane on big or small maps, and man, I just can't. I can't see on with the map menu and what they have and what's available in silver how you're slowing down a lot of teams that are going to get played.
I mean, look at what was going on in some of the final games. Teams just got like blown up from across the map, and now that's going to be able to be done from a smaller map. That just is insane.
Yeah, you may have a team actually win, not even leaving their starting area.
All right, his second question. Also, thoughts on the possible double null teams in the Chase Booster Team Sealed event. So the best thing about team sealed versus two booster sealed is if a team pulled like the piece like null, the other two teammates could still lose, and that's I think about.
No, he's talking about I think you misread it. He's talking about with the chased boosters. There's a chance to get double null.
Yeah. So let me
Two
talk
null
about that.
teams.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you've won. That's it.
So this is
You've
taking
won.
that away.
Yeah.
Because now you have to beat two. Right.
Stupid.
But you're probably not going to see. Well, you're not going to see the mulligans, so there's going to be less nulls in the field than H for H. I know there were people pulling chases at H for H and then mulliganing those chases, hoping for a null. So I think that kind of led to the high number of nulls that ended up in the actual event itself. But you're not gonna have that, right? So there should be a low chance of this actually happening. But if it does, you still have the full brick to potentially have a better chance at overcoming null teams than just the two booster build.
Yeah. That does suck, but I think there's going to be less nulls in the field. But then again, what if the same bricks from H for H and then just like half the field has null anyway?
Well, that was the thing though, is
Just
that people
no bricks.
were the reason that there were so many nulls is because people were mulliganing the chase and
Chases, yeah.
and going for more. So people there would have been a much more balanced pull rate for all these chases because it only told us what people played, not what people pulled. So, people pull like maybe a Loki or I don't know what's another chase, maybe the Phoenix
Carnage.
well, no, Carnage is good. You're not going to mulligan Carnage, right?
No, there was someone I heard someone mulligan Carnage,
That's insane.
and they ended up getting a null. Yeah,
Well, that's even more insane.
yeah.
Redmond, I have a question about pull rate. At what point does your pull rate become dangerous?
I think it's more about the consecutive days, not necessarily in one day.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Let's go to Salsent. Overall, what do you think of WizKid's response to the recent controversies and the rules enforcement? I'm personally excited to see WizKids make a statement on it and hope this makes the game better for all competitors. So I do like that we get the changes before Origins. There's no wasted time with a watch list like we normally see, and the game instantly got better after the first rules article. They had to do something to change the scoring system for events, and right now I'm optimistic that this is a positive change. We're gonna see how that plays out. I think it might take a couple of events to kind of smooth everything over so people feel better about it, because even if it is better, I think there's going to be a lot of negativity around it, and I think that might overshadow the positive changes that this is actually going to have. But we need to continue to see fast responses like this. I was not looking forward to Origins and Worlds because I expected all the problematic issues just to be allowed to stay like we've seen in past Worlds. So hopefully this is a huge step towards just continued change. What do you guys?
Strength of schedule I think is totally fine. The map menu is the one that I'm not like. I'm trying to be optimistic, but it makes no sense when you're running a large event like Nationals to try and limit, the winning builds. Like that just doesn't feel right.
Yeah. Pete?
I'm anxious to see strength of schedule and how it works, because until I think we see it, it's really hard to like say it's either better or worse. I don't like the map menu like at all. I think I don't know what the goal is here. You've essentially taken a bunch of product that you've asked people to buy, and this is not even including the neoprenes and stuff, right? Like just take like what we talked about, the number of paper maps that are in modern and available, and they're just not playable. So you've taken a huge part of the game, and you've made it basically not matter for big events. And I still have not seen any formal document outlining what happens when people do violate rules. Like what happens.
Yeah.
Like, so let's stop dragging our feet on it and give people something to think about. Because the thing is if a person's makes a bad choice, that's fine. They shouldn't lose everything. and they shouldn't lose everything with the community if it's an isolated thing. But we know there are people that have had reputations going back for a long time that there needs to be something done about the behaviors, because ultimately, if this is all to make this more accessible to people and encourage growth of the game, then you got to deal with the bad actors.
Going back to the map menu, have you guys seen anybody say, I love this idea or they like this idea? And I'm not talking about people that, just decided to be whiny about rock maps or specifically, but anyone that's like, I love that we have a limited amount of maps to pick from. One
No.
person.
No.
Pete,
I haven't, and I don't see how you would want to limit anything in the game unless it's breaking the game state. And none of the maps are breaking the game state. I mean, even Brock's bunker, as good as it is defensively, it doesn't matter to a piece like Prime Rogue,
Right.
right?
Which does,
So
yeah. And so what? Or maybe what they're thinking, they go, well, if we don't have maps like that, people won't play that. Well, what they're not understanding is that that's not the only reason why she's played.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then just make my map one piece of blocking right in the middle, and everything else is white.
Yeah.
Let's go to Brandon Michael Bruner. Hello, degenerates. We had a pretty hefty 300 modern event at Highlander Games in New Jersey over the weekend, and we had the new bands and erratas in effect. Very awesome event with a lot of diverse teams, and wanted to know your thoughts on the top 8 teams in this new meta going into Nats, and if possible, if any advice could be given on my team but to possibly improve upon to help take it to the next top spot. Thanks for all you guys do. Absolutely, Brandon. Brandon was at the same event McConnell was. Very eager to break down these builds, but we are going to go over that at the next podcast, so stay tuned for that coverage. But I will say...
What episode number?
Episode 135 of the Degeneration Clicks podcast.
Yeah.
That has an interesting correlation to it, because if you look at it, those are the first 3 odd numbers. 1, 3, 5. So it's a milestone episode, if I would do say so myself.
It's a prime episode, actually, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And being that your name is Miles, you can definitely say what is a Miles Stone.
Yes.
That was a little bit of a stretch, but I still liked it. I can appreciate
that's Miles Stone, that he is going to be added to the Miles verse.
I can't wait for that one.
Ooh,
actually.
I like it.
It's the son of Keith Stone. And, if you're of a certain age group, everyone should know who Keith Stone is.
Well, I don't.
The Keystone commercials, Keith Stone? The Keystone beer commercials?
Oh, yes. I blocked Keystone out of my mind. There's lots of...
That's my dad.
Lots of bad stories.
It's my dad.
Keystone.
Because I'm Miles Stone, and that's my dad, Keith.
So
there's a nice article on Looper. Not Matt Looper. There's a website called The Looper. Whatever happened to Keystone beer commercials from September of 23. Written by Melissa Lemieux.
That's a great fact. I hope everyone checks that out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I would like to point out, though, that we had 2 people write in very enthusiastic about how the new bands and erratas were at hand and were allowed to generate new builds and fun teams and a fun event. What do you guys think about that fact right there?
I think that it's a sign for that the game is moving in a positive light, especially because those erratas, they were complete game changers, because it completely changed essentially a way to play the game. Completely got rid of that strategy of self-damaging to say your opponent couldn't play the game. So,
well, this is what we've been, talking about for quite a while now, is that we want to see cool things be played, and they addressed a lot of the issues that kind of put team building in a box. So they had this nice big list of bands and erratas, and the first event right out of the gate, people enjoyed way more and were excited to play. So I like to see that.
I like the overwhelming positivity and excitement that people are having for change rather than just hating it all the time. So
Yes.
That's cool.
It's a breath of fresh air. We have Konstantin Savitsky. when will we get another X-Men set?
No, 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 no.
I think we're pretty the list is out through pretty much, I think, 2026, right? So 2027 would be the earliest. But we're kind of due now. We do have some cool stuff on the way, but X-Men always gets me the most excited.
We're going to be having an Exile set. Like that's the next X-Men set.
They could
That-
not
if they
do a
want
full
to-
Exile set.
Are you serious? Absolutely, they could. You obviously, yeah, no, they could. 100%. You need to reread
they
those
could
100
do it.
issues.
And we would
Absolutely
be
good.
excited about it.
A full set?
If they
would be
want me to
huge.
spend money on an X-Men
full
set, oh yeah. If they want me to spend money on an X-Men set, it has to be Exiles, not just as a sub theme.
I mean, I like it, but I don't think they could fill out a whole set with it.
Oh yeah, because we got to think every issue they went to a different world, so the Exile set wouldn't just have X-Men in it. You'd be able to get like the alternate reality, superheroes, the Vampire Captain America.
What are yeah, there's some cool ones I'd like to see. What are some of the ones that we never really got? Nocturne, we haven't gotten since, what set was she at? Was that like Mutations in Monsters or something like
Sinister?
that? Sinister?
No, it was yeah, and then we haven't got Magnus, who was an original member, and we haven't got Thunderbird.
And he was like a weird version of Thunderbird too, right? We never got that one at all.
Yeah, he was the Horseman of Apocalypse version.
Yes.
Yes.
And then
No, you could absolutely
also
do that.
haven't
You
got-
could bring back
we haven't
King
gotten
Hyperion
Exile
as a
Sabretooth.
legacy. Yeah.
Yeah.
King
Yeah,
Hyperion
there's-
legacy automatically. I mean, there's a ton of stuff.
I mean, I like the idea behind it. That would be a little bit of a stretch for a set, but I would buy it, of course.
I could probably name 200 figures that could be in the set if you give me a day. In just 100 issues. You also got to remember too, there's also several different volumes. Like there was an Exiles where Juggernaut was part of that has a bunch of things. Like there's been quite a few volumes of Exiles.
Yeah.
And
I'm
you'd have the
only
sub theme of like
familiar
Age of
with
Apocalypse would be a sub theme for that.
I'm only familiar with the first run of it because there was another one with like Valkyrie was in it.
It was, man.
And
Yeah.
what's her name?
It was, man.
Captain Carter led it.
Yeah. But yeah, because I mean, we have the Age of Apocalypse that can just be a sub theme in it, and there you go. There's 15 pieces right there.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, that's a nice idea. He asks also, what are your thoughts on the Stranger Things iconic set? Detective keyword back on the menu, boys. Ollie and I are going to take a deep dive. We got a iconic set in the mail, so we will be doing a video soon. So keep an eye out on YouTube, or we can get into it a little bit more. But between this and I'm going to say it wrong because Bookwood, Fight for Gotham, right? I think Detective hits
Yes.
super hard in this one, or after both these things come out.
And Bookwood's version,
yeah,
Streets
yeah.
of Gotham. Yeah.
Yeah. Stranger Things is honestly how I'm able to get my 11-year-old into the game. She's already taken all my Stranger Things stuff. And so once this Iconics comes out, she's ready to play Stranger Things. So, and ready to play some cliX.
Nice.
How old is she?
She's going to be 12 in July.
See, Ollie's a little young, so he has not watched any. I think it'd be a little too much for him, a little too scary. But in a couple years, I could see that.
I don't know. She was about 6, 7 when she started watching it.
Don't do that.
He already did it.
Legit. Yeah, I
It's
did
done.
it. But that's yeah.
He gets scared a lot though, so
Oh, okay.
don't forget Team Rocket fooled him.
It's true. That's true. Yeah, that's amazing.
He gets.
I
caught
can't
up
wait
in
for him being
his,
an adult. And I can remind him of that.
He's got feelings, big feelings. So I think it'd be too much. So we have not.
So you and
introduced
Christine
him.
are dressing up as Jesse and James, and he's dressing up as Meowth for Halloween, correct?
I don't think he'll do Meowth, but there is a potential for that being our Halloween costume this year for sure.
He has to be Meowth, and just have a little coin that he flips, and just go Meowth.
That's not gonna happen. All right, going to his third question. According to Sable Wins calculations, JM wouldn't have made cut at H4H. How do you feel about that? So I think this is one of the most interesting things of this big change. But so his matchups would have been different or not different?
No, his matchups wouldn't have been different. I guess his matchups they potentially could have been different, but when he was 0-2, he would have still played against an 0-2 team. So
But the
it
team
wouldn't have changed
itself
much.
could have been different and potentially. But then if he beats the 0-2, he goes 1-2. Someone else is 0-3. So then the odds of that person being somebody that ups his percentages that wins, because now that person's going to go to someone else that's 0-3, right?
Yeah, so that
So-
hurts. Yeah, that hurts his strength schedule.
Yeah, that's where I think I'm the most concerned about this, is that
Yeah,
once it's going to be a lot harder to dig yourself back out of that hole. And once, if you've lost your first two, what is it worth continuing to play? And I think that's one of the biggest questions that we need to see how that plays out. What would they need to do? Lower the Swiss rounds?
no,
And
there's
increase
no
top
way to
cut?
fix it.
No?
They'd have to increase top cut, but at that point though, that's
Events are already long.
what it's
though.
going to do is that it's like, okay, you had a few bad rounds, like you're done. So yeah, it completely changes the comeback mechanic of the underdog, which really, really hurts. But this is where the optimism comes in. But it does suck when you see that, because JM did start 0-2, and nothing feels better than winning an event after starting 0-2. Because
Oh,
you're
right.
like, I could have quit, and I did, and the fact that is almost mathematically gonna eliminate you is tough.
Right. Now, Pete, you usually start events 0-2. How do you feel about this change?
I'm normally 1-1, and then I proceed to get to like 2-2, and need to go 3-2, or I like to go 4-1, and then, or I like to go 3-1, and then go to 3-2 and miscut. That's my favorite trick, honestly. Yeah, I don't like anything that's going to make players drop quicker. I think that's
That's going to hurt
my
strength
biggest
of
concern.
schedules. Because
Right, and
now
that's
it's like,
going to
Yeah.
affect it. I get why they're doing it. I get that they're addressing collusion issues and points shaving and points exchange issues. I mean, that's things that we've had all experienced. I've had people offer me points in a loss that I didn't score, and it's up to you to say no, because that could affect somebody else later on, right?
Right.
So this is not a one-time thing, but I think I have to see it. I just don't want to see people dropping at 0-2. Like, you go 0-2, you have a bad 2 rounds and you're done. Like, you can't get back into it. That seems a little rough to me.
Is the only answer adding like another tier of top cut?
I don't know. I think we have to wait to see the results, but like, this is what happens when you change, the conditions of placements, is that you're going to have to sacrifice some things. And so now, like, unfortunately, it's going to be sacrificing the comeback mechanic essentially. And so I think we're going to be just seeing more drops.
This is how a lot of other games do this, though. How do they deal with it? Are their games just
But
shorter?
the other games, but the difference between HeroClix and trading card games, it's apples to oranges. And like, that's the one thing that I don't understand when they go, well, Magic does this. Magic has a totally different system than Clix. Pokemon, totally different system. Yu-Gi-Oh, totally different system. There is no one-for-one game that plays like HeroClix. You can even look at the miniatures, like even like Marvel Crisis Protocol, which is what they tried using. The games don't function the same at all. So it's going to be, it's not going to be the same for any of it, because HeroClix is it's one of a kind. Like, they have tried to make other miniatures games that are similar. They just haven't lasted. So there is no one for one. So it's, them trying to change it to be more competitive games just makes no sense, because they're not the same. So yeah, we just need to see how the results go, but it's not looking good for the comeback mechanic of O2. So that's, I think, the one bad thing is that, okay, you can't collude points, but now it's like, okay, O2s are going to you're just going to get seeing more drops in tournaments.
So there's still like winners and losers though, right? Like I know Magic, they do best 2 out of
Yes.
3, right? And then that
Yeah.
winner moves. That's considered the winner, right? Or is that wrong?
Yeah, I think so. It's been years since I played it. I don't keep up with that.
Is that how they do like Pokemon too though? So like if you let's just say you do like 3 rounds of Swiss, potentially you play 9 games, right? Best
Mhm.
2 out of 3. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, because the games are a lot shorter.
Right. So how do they figure out like who goes on? It's the strength of schedule, right? So let's say you out of best 2 out of 3, you win 2 and lose 1. It would
Yeah, but
still
they do the
work
strength of schedule because there's no points though. That's what I mean. That there's no.
right.
It's
So
it's
now
a
there's no
totally
more,
different
but there's no
victory
more points
system.
in cliques either. So you still have somebody going 2
Yeah,
and 1 then,
it's
for example. So like how does that work for them? That should be able to translate somewhat over to how this is, right? Is it just that the games are longer, so we have to do less rounds? What's a typical event for Pokemon? How many
yeah.
rounds do they
That's
do?
it.
Or Magic?
Let me look. Well,
Because like Silver was 9
like
rounds, I
11.
think, right? So
Yeah.
is that the answer then? Is that we need another round of Top Cut to fix this?
But the problem is that their rounds are so much shorter than clicks.
That's what I'm saying. So is that really the big difference? Is that their rounds being shorter, they can have
Yeah.
11 rounds, whereas like we had 9 rounds, I want to say for Silver, and like that was a long day.
Yeah, so it says Swiss style tournaments. If there's 4 to 8 players, there's 3 rounds. They have 410 plus players as 10 rounds to reach top 8. But yeah, that's
What do they cut to though? So they do more Swiss and less top?
yeah, I think they cut to like top 16 or top 32.
So is that what we need, is more Swiss rounds, and then instead of cutting to top
I don't think
32? So
no, I don't think we
what's
can just because
average?
of time.
What's average right now? 5 rounds of Swiss, cut the top 32, let's just say. Would it make more
Yeah,
sense to
depending on the
do would it make more sense to do 6 rounds of Swiss, cut the top 16?
potentially, yeah, we'll have to see some of the results. I'm looking at the average times for Magic the Gathering rounds to really so the average time single elimination quarterfinals and semifinals are 90 minutes per match. Rounds last about 50 to 70 minutes. And then yeah. So
that's all three. Yeah, so
rounds are the same length, but yeah.
that's interesting then. I guess maybe it's easier for people to pack up their decks and move to tables. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
So there's less
Yeah.
downtime.
Oh yeah.
It's easier to
Yeah,
report.
you're not talking about all the pieces and equipment and dice and cards and maps and everything else.
So maybe
Yeah,
that's a
because you just
factor
put
too.
you put your deck, you have your graveyard and everything in your hand. You just put it in the same pile and then go to the next table and shuffle.
What's in
Like
your
that's
hand?
literally how you get,
It's your graveyard and what?
in your deck.
In your hand?
Yeah.
Okay. And then
You can
go to the
also,
next
I mean,
table
if you
with
want
it.
to, yeah, and then your opponent can hand you his deck, so you can shuffle both decks if you
and
want.
cut it, right?
You can cut it. You can touch them. Yeah.
I mean, if you're really friendly, you could carry your deck and your opponent's deck to the next table.
Yeah, I was actually the designated. I did a tournament years ago where everyone let me hold their decks.
You were the designated deck holder.
Yeah.
That's very generous of
Yeah,
you,
they
Miles.
called. Yeah.
What did they call you?
Yeah, and because my shuffling was so good, that's why they called me the fluffer, because like it just the decks were just looked so fluffy as I shuffled them.
There was like air between each card.
Yeah, you heard like a
Whoosh.
as I shuffled.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's actually how he got the nickname, the mayor. It used to be the mayor of Deckville, and now it's just been reduced to the mayor.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go to his fourth question. Do you think WizKids will use this truncated map menu to test getting rid of big maps in Silver? I do, but I really hope this is just a trial and it gets walked back. Or maybe they just move Silver to start at, Beyond Amazing instead? And then the earlier stuff is a more casual format? When did the small map
There's
start?
something, yeah, I
It
don't.
wasn't Batman Beyond.
The small map's beyond amazing.
Yeah.
No, well, technically, I guess it was Batman Beyond because the starter maps could shrink. So technically, those were the first small maps in Modern.
Yeah, but what
Was
about
Batman Beyond,
the
but-
cards and the values? Because that's the easiest way
Cards
to.
and the values change. Yeah, Beyond. It was Beyond
so
Amazing.
you make it beyond
Those-
amazing. So there's a
Yeah, 'cause
ton
that's
of
also when the
things.
terrain rules came in. That's when the terrain came into play and everything.
So does
Man, I hope they don't do that.
Yeah, I mean it changes the whole thing, or I don't know, just an idea. But if they're getting rid of, I just don't think you can play these older pieces with like 10 and 12 ranges. Or
But they're not older pieces. Like they're Eternity's back in Modern. Like you get legacy cards of these older pieces and they come right back into Modern and you're like, "Oh
Yeah.
man, I can do this from 12 away."
yeah, but
Like
We have
it's
two
not
legacy
just older
Dark Sides.
pieces.
look at some. I
Yeah,
know
we
they're
got two legacy Dark
restricted.
Sides.
I know they're restricted, right? Yeah, but like the dark sides with their ranges. But you have just for example, Sakarian Iron Man, Sky Tyrant, and Carnage Silver Surfer. Those pieces are all very different on big maps versus small maps. Look at any
Agreed.
of those pieces on the map menu versus a
Yeah,
open
it's-
large map selection. Like there's a huge
Right.
difference on those.
I mean, the great news is that Sky Tyrant's pretty much just going wherever he wants on every map now anyway.
Yeah, you don't have to even worry about getting put on a big map. So
Mm-mm.
I think I just changes the math. So I don't know if they're gonna get rid of big maps altogether. I almost want to say it would be best to have like another age where that's a thing. But I
Mhm.
think time will
You'd
tell
have
with
to.
that. His fifth question, Ian Eggleston's insights on team building and the game were super interesting. Really appreciate his comments. Looks like he is going to be head penguin at WizKids now. Yeah, congrats to Ian. Such a cool life-changing career for him. I know it's always awesome just to see someone get their dream job, and you can tell he loves this game. So very happy for him. What did you guys think about having him on?
I loved it, and his new name is now Pingian.
Ian Penguin Pengliston
No, just Pingian. Pingian.
Pingian.
Yeah. Eggleston. Yeah, because penguins
That's
now
pretty
lay
good.
eggs. So it's Pingian. Yeah.
I really enjoyed having Ian on, and obviously, just
Absolutely.
in addition to getting his dream job, like he's just such a good dude and a great personality, and it was really fun throughout the whole episode.
I agree.
Yeah, he beat me virtually arm wrestling, and that was after recording. He beat me arm wrestling virtually, and it was a blow to my ego.
How did that go down?
He just won. Like it wasn't even. I didn't have a chance.
Okay, that's fair.
So he plays a lot more video games, and so his A, like he pretty much is like a human turbo, where he can just hit that A button.
Oh, it's like the Mario
Oh,
Turbo
Party.
speed.
Uh,
The
Yeah,
birds here.
I heard it. I heard it.
yeah. He had to come with us. It's a baby eagle bird, Brian.
I will murder.
We had
that
to take
bird.
it.
The producer.
Well, you know what? Come out here to the Man Bat Cup.
And then I can take the bird out.
Yeah, you can beat a baby eagle, Brian.
Why don't you like give it to some of the miners that take them into the coal mines or whatever to see if there's a leak or whatever? What are those?
Trust
Probably
me.
not coal mine.
I lost the argument. I did not want this thing with me.
All right, let's go to Michael Donick. He has 3 questions. First one, hey guys, sorry it's been a minute. Any idea when the next regional will be? Hopefully we can get some stuff scheduled for this summer. CCO should have, what is it called? The Tropical Regional soon, right? Or is that later summer? Do you guys remember?
No, that's tropical. Yeah, because they have the ices,
Mhm.
the
Yeah, but
fall,
is it
and
more
the tropical. Yeah,
June or more like August?
it's like July, August.
Is it? Okay. So hopefully those come soon. And we're still waiting to see those 2 states events in a year from The Rock too. So I don't know, maybe that happens this year. But we're waiting for any announcements. We usually host, I think, every single one that comes out. Hype level for Fight for Gotham. You hear that?
Hold on a second.
What?
Oh no, this works fine too. Keep going. Hype level for Fight for Gotham.
Hype level for
Well,
Fight for Gotham. God damn it, Pete. What? Do you want to read the question?
No, go for
No,
it.
finish it. Go ahead.
Hype level for Fight for Gotham. Well, Mike, the good news is if you're looking for a new regional event, there's an announcement coming right now that even Redmond's not aware of. We're going to have the Fight for Gotham. We're going to have the pre-release and the release. And then we're going to have the Bookwood Age Streets of Gotham event coming this summer.
That is a terrible event with no actual date.
We're working on it. It just came up. We're talking to the producer.
Can't wait to see what you come up with. All right, hype level for Fight for Gotham. As someone who is not a huge DC fan, I do feel like the DC sets always deliver, so I would have to say a solid 8 out of 10 hype level.
Wow.
Does that say something?
Yeah, it's hard for me to be super hyped because I am not going to be able to get any of these vault boosters that I found out. So I'm not too hyped about it. I'm a little disappointed.
8 out of 10, really?
Do you think that's high or low?
You just like the equipment. That's what you're excited about.
Yes, I love equipment and I love exclusive things that are hard to get. So the opposite of what Miles just said.
Yeah.
It's like an extra gamble
Man.
too, right? You're always excited to open up your bricks. Well, now you're excited to also open up your vault boosters.
Well, I'm excited
love-
to open up the vault boosters that I'm not going to be able to get for sure. So hopefully I can try and, buy some from
Well, maybe
someone.
you can virtually open a couple of vault boosters from me, Miles.
Hey,
virtually.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I do is play virtually anyway. So yeah, makes sense.
I can't believe you're 8 out of 10 on a DC set.
They're usually
it's Batman.
pretty good though. Yeah, I know. I don't always know all the characters, but they're usually pretty solid with a lot of pieces you want to play. What's the last one that was Lantern Legacy? Lantern Legacy was a ton of fun, cool stuff in there. Then we had Masters of Time. Masters of Time was awesome. Then Notorious. Like those were all very playable, very fun sets.
Okay, so but how do you pronounce the squirrel's name that's in the set?
Chip.
No, it's not Chip.
No, it's Chip.
It's not Chip.
It's Chip.
It's not.
It's not Chip.
It's Chip.
Chip.
How excited. Wow, I can't believe this is all equipment. That's what you're excited about. That's it. You don't give a crap about Lady Shiva.
Lady Shiva, no, but they also have the like the chases with all like the gas marker effects. They have cool gimmicks that a lot of times they'll debut in DC sets also. Right? They
I'm
Dick
excited
Dragon.
for the new gimmick.
Looks-
We do have Dick Dragon.
Yeah.
I was
Yes,
waiting
Dick
for somebody
Dragon.
to make the joke.
Yeah.
I'd say, I don't know, man, 6 out of 10.
Really? That's it?
And I like the characters and the stories more than you do, but I mean, I think the Vault Boosters is just going to be a really interesting experiment.
Do you think you're not going to get them all?
No, I'm not going to get them all.
That's a lie. That's a bold lie.
Not right away. I'll tell you that. Wait on it. There's only certain ones that like you absolutely like have to have right away.
Yeah, like all of them.
Miles has got to get his motorcycle back.
Motorcycle. Now, you know what's interesting is that the motorcycle is unique, but the bat cycle isn't. And the bat cycle you can equip for free. So
Seems less interesting and more just like a fact.
well, it's just like I don't understand why the motorcycle couldn't be the same.
Maybe we'll see how that plays out. I was thinking
Hypersonic speed and willpower is amazing for Batman family.
It is. I thought you were talking about the raccoon, but you were talking about the squirrel. Is it the bee name? Is the squirrel?
Yeah.
I think his name is Bulge.
I like that. It's Badge.
No, it's Bulge.
I like it.
It's Bulge.
Yeah, the apostrophe is hiding the L. Bulge.
That's just how you pronounce it. Like when you put a B apostrophe D, it makes an L sound. So it's
It's Bulge.
Bulge.
That checks out.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Bat Cow.
Over Bulge?
Well, Bat Cow and Bulls will obviously be a team.
I like that. Nice animal theme. Start to an animal theme team. And you can even play Bat Cow's team up card, the Legion of Super Pets, at the beginning of the game. If Bat Cow is part of a Legion of Super Pets theme team, this game friendly characters have the Batman team ability, and when this character clears action tokens, generate a smoke terrain marker in their square. So Bulge is able to hide in stealth, so that would be cool.
And you can say, dude, my Bulls just got dragged across your piece's face.
I like how it just yeah, Bat Cow and Bulge. Yep.
It writes itself.
It
There's a
does.
giant
It does.
penguin too. All right, maybe you know what? I said 6 out of 10, but after seeing the giant penguin, I'm a solid 7.
There we go.
7 out of 10.
Solid 7.
That is Ian.
Yes, it is Ian. All right,
The
let's go
giant
to his last. We already kind of touched on it, but thoughts on vault boosters, as we mentioned before. I'm stoked about them. The contents in them are awesome. I like the exclusivity. I'm just worried that they are going to be a little hard to collect, if I'm being honest. But I love additional stuff and gimmicks when they do stuff like this. Like I love the the Jurassic boosters. I thought those were awesome. What
So
else?
did you like the equipment and the chase boosters?
What do you mean?
You said you like the
You're talking-
exclusivity of it.
Oh,
Are you talking for like Collector's Trove?
yeah, when
Mm-hmm.
they were the not the bystanders, but the Pog equipment.
Yeah.
So I liked that. I don't like how hard they were to get. So if you look at how they're giving away chase boosters right now, where like some people are walking
Oh,
around,
absolutely,
they're walking out with like 2, 3, or 4 chase boosters now, right? If they had this, if they were giving them away like this, or what is it? They have premium battle royales where you open up 1 per premium battle royale. If they were giving them away like this, I would have been much more positive about it. The problem is that you have stores that would get like 1 or 2. You have 1 event, and you had like 1 shot at getting this stuff. Like it was really the distribution of it. So
It was, yeah.
I like that
Because it left it up to the store
Yeah,
where they go,
so
no, you have to split.
Yeah, I'm fine with them being limited like that, but the problem is that it was so hard to get those chase boosters in the first place. Like I would love to see these vault boosters become prizing like the chase boosters are now, Like there's no reason that at Worlds they can't run vault booster BRs or something where they crack open a vault booster.
Agreed.
Well, that would be good. Yeah, I'd be fine with that then.
Or, like what we saw with the chase boosters being given away. Like, why would the top 4 not get a vault booster? Why would that be something that they couldn't prize out like that? So,
yeah.
Well,
think-
hopefully that's what they're doing. That would be fine.
Yeah, I hope it is.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I love stuff like this. I like limited stuff and harder to get stuff, but the amount of difficulty it was to get the collector's trove things, that was a little much.
I have a question.
Oh, great.
How do you feel about a team of Dick, Dragon, and Bulge?
I mean, I'm already listening. What keyword do you think they might share?
It'd have to be
With the
non-team.
tarot deck.
Where is
The tarot deck.
Here we go. Ooh, Dick Dragon is only
You're
a
playing
martial
theme?
artist. Well, I mean that's where the fun is, right? What else do they have in common? I don't know. I guess you could make them.
They're innuendos for
You can
they're
keyword
for
cheat
phallus.
them. Keyword cheat them with who's the guy that gives Green Lantern? The little guy with the white hair.
Ganthet.
So you got to get Ganthet's kind of like the medium there, and he brings Dick Dragon and Bulge together. There's a story
Yeah,
there.
Dick Dragon becomes a Green Lantern. There is.
So Ganthet is allowing Dick Dragon's Bulge all across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's
Like
it
he's-
with Misty Knight? Doesn't she cheat detectives or martial artists?
Yeah.
There's got to be something here. We'll work at it.
All right, let's go to
Spider-Man family.
They're
Oh,
also
yeah.
Spider-Man family. What?
Yeah,
are you talking
Spider
about
Hammer-Eye.
Silver? Spider Hammer-Eye. Yes. No. How's
He's
he
a martial
getting-
artist.
So then you're also playing another keyword cheat because you're not getting
Yeah, Spider Cat.
Spider Cat. Okay, gotcha. Well, there's a story to be had there for sure.
Yep, I'll add it to the lexicon of degeneration clicks.
Let's go to Robert Eng. Is the $30 Battle Royale fee a big jump, or was I not paying attention last year? So at Worlds last year, BRs were 20 and premium BRs were 25. I just went and looked that up a little earlier. So I think it is a little bit of a jump. And premiums this year are $40, I think, at Origins. So I'm not really sure if pricing will be that much better. It looks like we are getting more new LEs this year versus Worlds, but that is a pretty steep jump from 20 regular and 25 premiums to 30 and 40. But I'm not sure how much else is being added. What was added to the BRs at Worlds? How many LEs? I know they were dropping the bystander packs a little bit too, weren't they?
Well, weren't
They were
those
pretty good.
Those were the premium battle royals. Yeah, I didn't do a battle royal last year at Worlds, so I'm not too sure.
No, they were pretty good. You got the bystander packs and generally 2 con LEs, and then if you pulled well, nobody was upset. So
Okay.
usually people aren't upset when you pull well.
It really just
But-
depends on what they drop and how many new ones. Because there's like tiers of stuff they drop too, right? Like they'll drop one brand new LE, and then something was out maybe like a year ago, and then 2 things that were out 2 years ago or something.
Yeah, I don't think any
or like per month or something.
I did a premium battle royal and a couple of regular ones, and I don't recall any of them being really terribly priced at all at World. So if that's what they're going to, I mean, price jumps always suck, but if they price it out well and it's exclusive stuff that's at that event first, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what it really needs. But just, I mean, you're almost, I don't know, it's 50% increase. Usually you would think it would be like, 25 and 30 instead of 20 and 25. So it just depends on what they're dropping and how many. Maybe they're dropping more new LEs and less of the older ones. That would be a reason for it to jump up too, I think, right? Because then they're worth more right out of the gate. Jumping to Mark Bird. Love the crisp new questions template. Sharp as hell. Thanks, Mark. I'm sure it's been spoke about a lot in the episode, so no question on strength of schedule specifically, but what are the team's thoughts on the timing chosen to introduce the changes? Reasonable lead up to Worlds to prepare people, or do you think it should have been introduced at or after? So I love that they're addressing the collusion before an event instead of sacrificing it and doing it later, or just not at all, right? So I love it. I think that they were able to get it in at a reasonable amount of time before the next big event after there was kind of a demand for change. So I think this is great. I would have hated for it to be after and had to have wait for Worlds, or even after, like I said, not at all. Miles?
Yeah. Well, first off, the template is awesome. I think Alan Ingram did an amazing job. And then on to his first question, we have I think that it was needed because the point cheating was getting out of hand, and so it had to get reined in at some point. So some sacrifices are needed, but I'm optimistic about it.
So, given the time frame that they had with events already planned, I think it's absolutely a kudos to the team to attempt to answer the community's demand for change. And everybody ideally would have liked it a little spaced out farther from nationals, I think maybe, but we're not sacrificing nationals to the same old crap we've seen 100 times, right? And there's plenty of time to prepare now for Worlds in this new world of strength of schedule.
For sure. International HeroClix League have several countries' venues are running Conflict of Champions this month, a theme-enforced 400 Silver Age format with a selection of 10 keywords to choose from, 4 Marvel, 4 DC, and 2 generic. What are each of your predictions on the keywords to show strong, and what is the underdog dark horse choice? Keywords are Avengers, Brotherhood of Mutants, Gotham City Underworld, Hydra, Justice League, Monster, Orange Lantern Corps, Soldier, and X-Men. So I love events like this. I think this is awesome. I think you probably see Avengers having the best showing, maybe Monster.
If it's strictly themed format,
Yes.
I'd agree. I think if it's just requiring a theme team, it's X-Men and Monster with the keyword cheating.
Yeah, the X-Men and keyword cheating is, I think, needed to be a top team even now. Pete, what about
Yeah.
you? What's your best showing pick?
Avengers. I mean, there's some really great options there. Monster and Avengers are really top in my world. You can do some really cool things with Soldier and X-Men and Justice League, though. I don't know enough of the other ones, how those are going to hold up, particularly Orange Lantern Corps.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Avengers is really your solid. I think that's your leader in the clubhouse.
Yeah, most of the rest all have potential if people put the time into building for them, except for Orange Lantern Corps. But underdog for me, I'm going to go with Hydra. There's a lot of sneaky stuff you can do with Hydra now.
Yeah. That's Hydra was going to be my sleeper pick.
Pete, what about you? What's your underdog pick for this one?
Yeah, I think he's going to get a 3 for 3 here because I think Hydra's got a lot of really cool things that you can do. So I will agree with that.
Awesome, 3 for 3 with Hydra. So I want to find out when this is it like an event, a one-off event, or is it's multiple venues that are running this, right? But it's just one event. It's not going to be multiple days at each venue.
No, it's just each store in the league, it sounds like, is just running their event this month.
All right, Mark, I need to know. Shoot me the links for the events so that we can follow this because this is a really cool idea. I love fun events like this. All right, third question. Rotation looks to be Masters of Time up to and including Lantern Legacy. Correct me if I'm wrong. This year, what do you feel will be the singular biggest loss from each set here? Well, they did say that what was it? They reserve the right to make the call on when Lantern Legacy, when the time comes on rotation, right?
And that's any set. So I mean,
yeah. I'd be surprised if we lose it. You know, that would be the least amount of time a set was in Modern ever. Pretty much like a couple days, a year and 2 weeks.
If that was the first event it was legal for.
Right, but it had just come out, so it would be like a week.
That's what I mean. Yeah, so it'd be a year.
Yeah, like a year.
Well, I guess technically no. Yeah, because it's October.
Yeah,
still not enough.
That's not enough to rotate out. So I would be very surprised if they rotate out Lantern Legacy. But let's start with Masters of Time. What do you guys think the single biggest loss in Masters of Time is? I'm gonna go with Reverse Flash. I have a close runner-up though.
Yeah, Reverse Flash, and I have another piece as well. That's probably the same as yours.
Pete, what about you?
You've already lost him. Prodegaton.
Oh yeah,
you already lost him. He's already gone.
That's wild. That I totally forgot.
Everything else is. I mean, Reverse Flash is a great choice. I like Supergirl a lot too. Just for everything that she does, but Prodegaton's your biggest loss, and they've already taken him from us.
My runner-up was Caveman Wally West. That's originally who I had, and then I was like, wait, Reverse Flash.
So I have Blue Beetle as my runner-up, because with the Venomax, I think that he can finally see even with Juice in the meta for this year. So I think that's going to be like where he's going to be able to finally shine with that Venomax, making him prime-worthy.
I like him
compared to the other
ones. A lot. Like, obviously, I played him a ton. I just think that the biggest loss are those two.
Yeah.
Since we're all taking runners up here, I'm gonna say it's Rip Hunter drawing the giant space cheeks. Not because he's a good HeroClix piece, close, but because he's contributing to art.
We need more pieces that have butts on chalkboards.
Now, my personal favorite piece of the set is the release date Detective Chimp.
He was good.
Yeah, but he doesn't see enough play or any play.
Can we play his map in Nats?
We cannot. No, we can't play the House of Mystery.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, can't play it at Nationals.
All right, next set is Black Panther. Biggest loss, I'm going to go with Hidari.
Well, the Chair Panther.
Well, if you're going Legacy, yeah, I guess that's true too.
I gotta go check. Yeah,
I did
because it
not
has to
think
be
about
Chair
Legacy
Panther for that piece.
cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So Miles is correct, and you picked my piece though, Redmond. Like Miles is right. The biggest loss is Chair Panther.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking Legacy
that's
cards.
a huge meta defining piece, but I will miss Hadaria.
Do you have a runner up, Miles?
Yeah, it'd be Yao.
Okay. Then Collector's Trove. I looked at Collector's Trove, and I think it'll be a shame to lose Collector, but I think the biggest thing for Collector's Trove is honestly the equipment. So I think the biggest loss is the Crimson Gem, and then Bloodstone, and then Mjolnir. They're all very big.
Yeah. Outside of that, it's gonna be Doom, the Chase Doom.
Piece-wise, that's a good one, yeah. He's probably made some of the biggest waves.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I can't believe you didn't say this either. The Universal Weapon.
Oh, I guess just no one's. I like it. Again, I like it. I'm just talking about like the biggest losses, right? Like Crimson Gem, how big is it to just put it on a piece and like blow through whatever you want, right? Or the Bloodstone stopping healing
Loki
is insane.
Losing Loki's big.
That's the real big thing is Loki. That's gonna be the biggest
you're
loss.
you're losing Beetlejuice at the same time, so he's not as bad. You're talking the Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the giant solid tosser?
Yeah, he'll be gone too. I don't think he's getting much play though. So
we'll put him with Dick Dragon. No, he's going to. We're putting him with Dick Dragon and Bulge,
and he can just toss him around.
Yeah.
All right. What about Spider-Verse?
I will miss the Collector. I love him.
Yeah, he's a big loss too. Spider-Verse. I thought Chase Sandman would be the biggest loss because he pairs with the most other things.
Spot. Yeah, but I have Sandman too.
Spot's a good one though. Pete, what's your Spider-Verse selection?
It's either Prime Spider-Ham or Morlun.
Morlun just in general, or is he on your radar because of Pulp?
No, Morlun still got played in Modern. Morlun's, for everything he does, is pretty incredible. I think I'll go Morlun.
Okay, I did not.
But I will miss the Ham.
Smash and Destroy. I thought that Prime Abomination would be the biggest one. Super close runner-up, though, Colosseum Cap.
I had it swapped. I have Colosseum Cap with Abomination being right behind him.
Okay.
Yeah. I think those are easily the top two, in my opinion.
Destroyer Armor.
Yeah, that's actually... Yeah, we're counting equipment in the other one, so why not?
And just an honorable mention, motorcycle terrain.
That's...
Oh, no, it's not rotating because it's just regular. So, yes, it stays. Sweet.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Never mind.
And then Lantern Legacy, I don't think it's going to rotate, but if it did, what would be the biggest loss? I think we should all have the same answer for this one. It's Animal Man, right?
Sonar.
Stop it.
Animal Man.
No, it's Animal Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they rotate that this quick, that would be so disappointed in that decision.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to spend the money on these sets, having it rotate out of a format in, like we said, like a year and 2 weeks.
Pat is also there to keep the format healthy, and so he's going to argue his case. Come on now, man. Come on. You can't just give my champion piece 1 year. Come on now.
Maybe that's the exact reason why they do get rid of him. Like, no, he's too good. He's gone. I will say that I'm excited to get the batteries on the silver side of team building, though.
They are insane. I've tried them in Modern, and what they're missing is that extra 100 points.
Yeah, so when it goes towards your silver side, I'm excited to build with them, but
Yeah, absolutely.
not there yet though for me.
So what's funny is looking at all these sets, like the Lantern Legacy is still the one that there's the most pieces I want to do something with that I have not played yet.
That's
And
what...
it's just
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just I don't know why. Like I just like there's so many pieces in the set that I just love and I love what they do and I just have never put together a team or anything with them. So I really hope it doesn't go anywhere.
I feel like that's how DC sets are. That's why I say they always deliver. They have a ton of stuff that you always want to build with. They just offer so many things. They start a lot of the gimmicks in that set, and they're usually bigger. I'm guessing because we only get one per year, but they always go pretty
Yeah,
hard.
and Swamp Thing from Massive Time. Like that's a piece I didn't even mention, and that's probably been my favorite piece in years. But it still doesn't crack like the best pieces from that set, even if it's a personal favorite.
Like if you look at the ones that we just mentioned, right? Out of all of those sets, Masters of Time, Black Panther, Collector's Trove, Spider-Verse, Smash and Destroy, and Lantern Legacy, it's Masters of Time and Lantern Legacy that you will pull from or want to continue to build from longer, right? Out of all those
it's always
sets.
DC sets.
Right.
Yep.
All right, this was a big question. Time for the HeroClix Modern Chase figure Royal Rumble for each of the sets remaining in Modern after rotation this year that have already been released. Use the set release order, newest set to oldest, Venom to X-Men 97, and set number, highest to lowest, as entrance numbers into the Royal Rumble for all Chase figures. This means that Venom's Clintar and Null start in the ring. Assume each character gets to complete a turn once before the bell rings and the next figure joins in chronological order. Will Clintar, poor dude, or Null make it through to the end? Does X-Men 97's Magneto come in way too strong as the final entrant? Who will win this 24-figure Battle Royale? All right, this one I felt was pretty challenging to go through. So we're looking at X-Men 97. He's really thinking that Lantern
there's
Legacy's
nothing
out.
Yeah, there's nothing in the Chase set of Venom that's outlasting Null. So
actually, that's right. He did say, well, no, I think it's supposed to be like, where is it here? So where's Clintar? So it starts with Clintar and goes down. So Clintar and Null start. Obviously, we're assuming Clintar doesn't leave the map and Null just kills it in one shot, right?
So, well, no, so Clintar will leave the map. Yeah, so it's going to be the final three going to be the planets, as long as they don't roll 1, 2, or 3s.
Well, actually, Clintar just KOs itself because it has no friendly characters on the map that have the friendly...
Is there water terrain?
At the beginning of your turn.
So
no
the
friendly
planets.
character key. No, it's so at the beginning of your turn, if no friendly characters with the symbiote keyword are on the map, KO Clintar.
Oh yes.
So KR.
Yes,
so Clintar just kills itself immediately, and it's just Null left. Null murders the
Null destroys Spider-Man.
Cool looking Spider-Man. Null destroys Loki, and we're just talking one turn, right? So they've probably also not touched Null at this point. Carnage got a symbiote, comes in. I feel like they just sit there until Hybrid comes in, right? They're just both gonna hit each other once and heal.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Hybrid comes out, and this is that classic, Carnage and Null are going at it. Hybrid comes out, and then they just both team up and take out Hybrid real quick and go back at it. Am I still accurate here?
So Carnage actually has him and Null are probably going to be your final two and Carnage with the Steel Energy, like realistically.
Well, spoiler alert, yeah.
Both of them. That's just how it works.
I think they really they continue to team up until each piece is eliminated and it's just back to them. Venomized Phoenix Force, she's gone.
Yep.
Poison Thanos, we all know he's gone, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's just damaging people to stop clicks. Old Man Venom.
Gone.
See you later. Regular Venom. one shot from each, and that's that. So now they go to Strange Tales.
Yeah, they're eating every one of those pieces in the cheese
This
slot.
is what's really cool is that what happens is that Loki's going to pop off, and now they won't have stop clicks for the rest of the game, but the other figures will.
That's interesting.
Well, all right. There you go.
Okay, so there's
Yeah.
a wrench there. So Loki gets beat up, goes to his stop click. They don't get their stop clicks or special powers anymore or team abilities, but any other piece will. But now Loki definitely just dies after still, right?
Yep.
I don't think Jericho Drum, Sorcerer Supreme's doing anything. He's gone. Doctor Strange Sorcerer Supreme is interesting though, because he can heal. Would he have Taros? Probably not. So never mind. Nah, he's just going to.
Yep.
Symbiote Sorcerer Supreme. No one has
Yeah.
the ability to turn off shape change, right?
Mm-mm.
So he's got some rollouts. Does he ever have a 4 through 6 senses though? No, he doesn't. He just has shape change.
Yeah.
So he'll be gone. Doom Sorcerer Supreme. He's gone. Tony Stark.
Well, no, he can outwit. So the Sorcerer Supreme actually can be an interesting matchup because they no longer have cosmic energy, so he can now outwit them.
The Doom Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah. So could get interesting. I think he damages them a little bit, but yeah, he's eventually KO'd it.
I think the next piece is the one that gets one of the two since Loki went off already.
Yep.
Yeah, now he's got the running shot pulse wave, so I could see Tony Stark dropping. Who do you think drops though?
Carnage God.
Just because his stats are
Because
a little lower.
His stats go lower, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, so we're gonna say Null's maybe about half health. Tony Stark full.
Mhm.
Wolverine, Lord of the Vampires. He's gonna come
Nope,
out.
he never pops off.
Yeah, he's gonna come
He
out on a
dies.
charge. He's dead right away. Nico,
Mhm.
very cool piece, but she's not gonna be able to hold her own against those two, so she will die as well. So we're looking at Null and Tony Stark heading to X-Men 97. That's all that we would see for modern sets. That's crazy. I guess we'd have some other ones come out though by Worlds though, right? Fight for Gotham, Thunderbolts. No, Thunderbolts is
Yeah.
October.
After.
It'd be like right
Yeah.
after.
Yeah.
So given the Loki interaction, you really only have two possible winners. And they're going to
Magneto.
both come from X-Men 97. It's Bastion or Magneto.
Yep.
Sebastian comes out. He's looking pretty good. I think he's actually probably going to be able to take out Null. If
Yeah.
Loki's already
Mhm.
gone
Yeah,
off and he's about half health from Tony Stark.
Mm-hmm.
And even if he goes to his second click, he's going to be able to generate. He generates a thing and he can heal right back up. Sinister's not enough to do anything on his own. Madeline Pryor she's at the beginning of the game. She would not get her phantasms. I love her, but she's not going to be able to do that much. If it's we're saying Bastion and Madeline Pryor now, right?
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
Bastion just goes
Tony
right
Stark
through her.
get eliminated yet?
No, I think Tony Stark's still there, but I don't think Tony Stark can get through Bastion.
Not long enough. So Mr. Sinister,
No.
he's gonna go big quick. Madeline, I guess Bastion's running shot top dial, but he just bases her. She gets pulse waved once. Even if what is the stop click on him? Impervious. Even if Madeline Pryor and Tony Stark team up on him, he's still getting hit to his stop click.
Yeah.
I don't think it's enough to have either one of them overpower him. Jubilee is interesting though, but still, if he's on that stop click, Jubilee's not going to be able to do anything. Slow him down.
Jubilee
Well,
could
she
take
would-
out one of the other two, though, easily.
She could do 4 damage pulse wave, but she has to roll from a 9 to potentially do it. So it's an uphill battle. Yeah, she doesn't make it through. Cyclops just doesn't.
No, not a chance. Nightcrawler maybe brings Bastion to his second stop click before getting nailed because now he's on outwit. So you just outwit his senses and he's dead, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're saying half dial Bastion versus Magneto as the end.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
Magneto
Magneto
wins.
wins.
Yeah. How'd that play out?
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, that was Mork's last question. That was interesting. Then we have Luminati. Why should we even care anymore? Well, Lou, we suffer together as one. You know, it's all about the friendships we make along the way. Does anybody else have any encouraging words for him?
I'm talking with Alan right now.
Pete, while Miles checks in with Alan, do you want to answer this? Do you have any encouraging words for him?
I think overall it's an attempt at answering the community's requests for, something different than what we've had and a change of the game that's going to help keep integrity of events intact.
Yeah.
The maps thing, I'm not sold out at all, but I guess we'll see. But I think it's as usual for me with a lot of these decisions from WizKids. It's like 50-50, right? It's like, oh, that's really great, and then you're like, and there's the kick in the crotch. I knew it was coming, still didn't see it coming.
All right.
Okay, so he sent me a little list, so we're gonna go. So a completely fair question. This is Alan Ingram. The serious answer is you probably shouldn't care about HeroClix in the grand scheme of life, Lou. It's a game, tiny plastic superheroes on a map. Nobody on their deathbed is going to say, I wish I had one more local HeroClix event. But the reason people care about HeroClix is the same reason people care about golf, fantasy football, Magic, Warhammer, comics, wrestling, video games, or any other hobby. It gives people a community, it creates friendships, it gives you something to learn and improve at, and it creates stories you'll remember long after the results stop mattering. Nobody outside the hobby cares who won a state championship, who took top cut worlds, or whether Beetlejuice should be on the watch list. Yet people inside the hobby remember those moments because they share them with friends. For example, the things that will matter is when you travel with Pete, the road through Looper and Harris, the rematch against Logan and Ricky, the jokes, the meals, the bad beats, and the stories afterwards. That was about our Adepticon win, by the way. The plastic trophies become memories. There's also something uniquely fun about HeroClix because it's a weird intersection of comic books, strategy gaming, collecting, and social competition. One week you're going to try and optimize a team around Nort. The next week you're arguing why Brute Heart deserves a title shot against Beetlejuiceburg. Then you're recording a D-Generation Clicks episode making fun of Ryan for ordering from a maps menu. The game is almost secondary at that point. So why care about HeroClix? Not because the game itself is important, because the people, the stories, the rivalries, the road trips, the podcasts, and friendships built around it are. The clicks are just the excuse everybody uses to get together. Well said, Alan. Well said.
Yeah, Lou.
Yeah,
There's
that's
a bunch of
straight
reasons.
from the Trace Glizzy's production company. So we're good.
All right, last question we have. Adam begs, to encourage more theme teams, what would you think of the following proposed rule changes? What if +1 action total was only a bonus for theme teams and not leadership? If this were to happen, leadership could still be buffed by not requiring shared keywords on lesser points to remove action tokens. If leadership still seemed underpowered, you could also increase the D6 result to a 4 through 6. Thematically, I think the changes would still make sense. What do you all think? Or would this be too detrimental to the non-themed min-max teams? I think that is a little bit too strong of a change, but I would like to see the +1 move away from leadership and be granted another way. Maybe like at the beginning of the game, you select a piece to be the leader, and as long as they're on the map, they get +1. I think that would actually help team building quite a bit, not having to hunt down a piece with leadership. And I do think that we mentioned this before. The theme team one shots are a very good way to encourage theme team. Ones either for specific themes, or ones that you can only have if you are a themed. or maybe something like Nico where you can add them without paying their cost, or they don't cost against your sideline. That's, I think, would be another way to implement them if you had a theme team. What about you guys?
Yeah, right there. I was thinking like the +1 to D6 rolls does sound like a cool incentive, but then it can really get out of hand. So you have to be really careful about that, you know.
Mhm.
I think, yeah, something about like how there should be certain one shots that if a theme team, you can add it to your sideline for 0 points. I think would be cool.
Yeah, I think that makes it a little bit. It makes it worth building theme then more. Do you think that you would have to take away the what is it for map? What's it called? Initiative also, or no? Keep initiative and add something like this with one shots.
Yeah, we've already shown we've already been shown that initiative just isn't enough.
But would you add it or would you take it away? Or would you keep it or would
I'd
you
keep
take keep it? Okay.
I'd keep it. Yeah, I'd keep it and then try and, you know, because that's the thing is that when you're min maxing unthemed, the reason why is because you're going to be taking advantage of interactions that, you know, that are just, you know, extremely overpowered. And so you want to try and at the same time try and keep theme team at the same level and not just the generic theme teams that, you know, were always the go-to, the animal, the soldier. I mean, and then you had the, you know, the named ones like X-Men or Spider-Man family because due to keyword cheating. I think there's more to it, and I think that they're like I almost said Streets for Gotham. Fight for Gotham. Damn it, Bookwood. You know, they did a good job. Like you look at that Bass cycle, like that's free equipment for Batman family. You get, you know, hypersonic speed and willpower, and it's not unique. So, you know, you're able to give that. It'd be really cool, like if we had these equipment that, you know, could be equipped for free. If they're on a theme team, then they don't have to pay the points for it. I think that would be the next step instead of just taking advantage of doing the min maxing. Go ahead and keep the qualifying names and keywords, but like if we want to encourage theme, then you're like, all right, then you have to be a theme team to not pay those points, because when you're playing theme, you're usually playing a little bit behind the 8 ball because you're sacrificing the good stuff to make that theme. So getting those equipment for free because your theme, I think, makes up for that.
And that shouldn't be too hard to have happen on HC units. Just like how you would add Nico, you immediately get those. It says like the +0 of 3 or whatever for one shots. So
Yeah.
it would make sense to be able to do something for that if you have a theme team, right? And then you would lose it as soon as it said you weren't a theme anymore, right? And then it would say the build is illegal if you still have them on there. So I think it's definitely something that could
Yeah.
be played out.
And I think that'd be an easy fix, letting the equipment just be free if you're on a theme team. Not every equipment, but for the qualifying names and keyword.
Yeah, I could see that. Pete, where do you land on this?
I think it's a cool idea, but I agree with. I think it's probably a little overpowered. Keeping map initiative is huge for theme teams. I like the idea of assigning your own leadership piece though on a theme team. Like that would encourage theme right there, because then you're just not searching, like you're not overlooking keywords because there's just no way to find a reasonable leader on it.
Right.
I
Yeah,
think
because
that
right
would be
now it's
fine.
Phoenix. Phoenix right now is the go-to leader for
Yep.
10 points.
Yep.
So
And the one shots being on theme would be great, and I don't think the ones that you could do would be super overpowered. And I think looking at the equipment on certain keywords would be make a lot more pieces playable. So I think those are all things that you could start with.
I'd like to see this be the next focus because we've just seen a lot of good changes. So I think that this would be the next thing to look at. All right, well, that's the end of listener questions. Miles, any final thoughts?
well, we've reached the end of another episode. Whether you're grinding for worlds, chasing the next silver pulp trophy, you just want to figure out Nort. So, you know, we got big sexy Redman, the bad guy Pete. Just want to let everyone know this has been a Trace Glizzy's production, and we'll catch you next time. And until then, stay classy, stay trashy, and keep cranking those glizzies.
Pete?
Overall, I agree. Keep cranking those glizzies. Overall, a attempt at a lot of positivity. We'll see what the map menu does. I'm not a huge fan of it, even in thought practice here, but I've been surprised before by changes. But overall, very cool that we're going to finally see things like collusion taken out of the game. I still would like there to be a definitive document that if you're going to be a bad actor, that you have to suffer the consequences. But kudos to the team that put this out quickly and is making big changes so that we don't lose more big events like Nats and Worlds. And keep cranking those glizzies.
Absolutely. Well, I'm excited to get to team building. I haven't looked forward to Modern in a very long time, so want to start hammering out some teams and test them out. But this is going to wrap up this episode of the D-Generation Clicks podcast. We're about 2 weeks away from Origins, and we will be back next week to talk Modern. And remember,
And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for ya!
Click it!
Get wrecked, birds. Have you been the victim of unfair treatment by a business or a corporation? Has this ever happened to you? You bought a house that was not disclosed to you that there was a termite infestation in the walls and in the moldings, so you have to take it upon yourself to call your own termite extermination company. But when the guys show up, they immediately ask if they can use your bathroom. Then for over 2 hours, they take turns going in and out of there, taking huge mud pies and over flushing. Then they go in there together and you hear a bunch of scrounging around, and then you hear a bunch of yelling, and one of them is standing in the bathroom doorway shouting at you, and his friend's foot stuck in the toilet, and he says, "Help him! You gotta help him!" And when you go in there to help him, he just pulls it out easily and laughs because his foot wasn't stuck. It wasn't stuck at all, he was just faking it. And then they get really serious, they say it's turbo time. And they both start running around the house as fast as they can and jumping over the couches. But when you try and jump in, they yell at you and they say, "You're not part of the turbo team! Don't run! You don't run with us! We're the ones who run! Until you're part of this turbo team, walk slowly!" So you go lay down to be by yourself and read your art books, but then the next day you went into the bathroom and it looked like the hole in your toilet had shrunk? You said, "How could that be? There's no way they could have shrunk the toilet." But then you saw in the trash a receipt from Home Depot for a toilet the exact same size as yours, but with a joke hole that's just for farts. They replaced your real toilet with a fart toilet, and now you can't take a dump in your house because your toilet can't suck them down and you feel sick to your stomach? Has that ever happened to you? Call me right now, please.